The Henderson State Sports Network proudly presents Reddie Football. Henderson State Reddie Football 2025 is live from Carpenter Haygood Stadium in Arkadelphia. Reddie's Football is brought to you by Southern Bancorp, Oaklawn Hot Springs, the Reddie Bookstore, Pepsi, Bud Light, Southwest Auto Collection of Arkadelphia, 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗥, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, Chicken Express, Brookshire's, Hampton Inn, Sodexo, South Central Connect, and Harbor House Incorporated. Reddie's Football also brought to you by Two Rivers Federal Credit Union, Jessica Hormel State Farm, Roger Wingfield State Farm, Baptist Health, Domino's, Hostess Brands, Printmania, SCM Architects, LeVar Law Firm, Twin Rivers Rehabilitation and Healthcare, Java Primo, Bluebird Real Estate, and the Pregnancy Resource Center of Southwest Arkansas. And now it's time for the Domino's pregame show. Let's go to the booth for today's broadcast with the voice of the Reddies, Dylan Connolly.
And a good afternoon to everyone, wherever you may be watching across this great country or great world. We're glad to have you in here. It is the Henderson State Reddies taking on Northwestern Oklahoma, a Hall of Honor Saturday alongside my partner, the Hall of Famer, Troy Mitchell. Troy, happy late birthday. Hopefully the Reddies give you a birthday present today.
Yeah, and I also want to wish a happy birthday to former Henderson State head coach Scott Maxfield, his birthday today. So, yeah, we always, when we were both here together, we'd celebrate the birthday on that weekend, and we was always hoping it was a home weekend because we'd all go down to Coach Max's home and have a good time after the ball game. But yeah, it's beautiful, another beautiful Saturday afternoon for football. 9 inductees plus a team being inducted. They had the big ceremony last night, was phenomenal, and they're going to be introduced here shortly here in front of the hometown crowd.
And we'll have that for you. We're gonna bow out of our pregame here in about 8 minutes or so and bring you that ceremony live on the field and the track in front of us here. It's going to be a great afternoon for football. Real quick, Northwestern Oklahoma State coming into this game, the only winless team in the GAC. Troy, what do we know about them?
Well, they're just a young quarterback, a freshman quarterback. They're still not sure if Jax Bernard is going to start, but they have listed only averaging 10 points a game while defense allows 38 points a game, averaging 233 yards per game. Their rushing yards per game their defense allows, and their defense only have had 2 sacks this year. Offensively, they're just not one of the better teams. The offensive line allowing 425 yards per game, and they've allowed 16 sacks. So, it just having a struggling year. They've lost 8 straight coming into this one. And that began last year with the Reddies in Alva. That streak began last year.
So again, coming in today, Henderson State coming in at 4-1. They had a little bit of a nail biter last week at Southwestern Oklahoma. They needed a big second half to overcome an early deficit there.
Right, and they had a huge third quarter to come back, and then they had to hold on. Had a little controversy on an onside kick there late in the game, but the Reddies held on to win. And one key for today is they cannot be looking past this week to next week.
Correct.
You got the number 2 team in the nation coming in next week. They were winners on Thursday night against Southeastern Oklahoma. And, so they're going to come in at least number 2 next week. So the Reddies can't be looking past Northwestern Oklahoma. They just need to play their game, and it'd be nice to have build a lead and get those starters out and get, some second and third teamers and get them some experience and get them ready for the rest of the season, the final 6 games of the season. Not saying Northwestern Oklahoma is not going to give them some issues, because in the past they've had. I mean, they won a couple games that Henderson should have won, and you start having turnover and stuff, that's why they play the games. You just don't know. This team does not force a lot of turnovers. They only forced 2 fumbles all year. One of them was an 80-yard return for a touchdown, and they've only had 1 interception, so they don't force a lot of turnovers. But you never know what can happen. That's why we play the ball games.
That's exactly right. They're D2 athletes, and Henderson State's also D2 athletes. We're going to take a short little break. We'll pause for 60 seconds. We'll continue the Domino's pregame show here in just a moment. This is the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and unwind in style at our Forbes recommended hotel. Find bliss at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa, the Astral Spa, and savor exceptional dining at the Oak Room and Bar and the Bugler, both Forbes recommended. Feel the rush of live thoroughbred racing from December 12th through May 2nd. Book your Oaklawn experience today at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Henderson Reddies. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back into the Domino's pregame show here from 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 of our Hall of Honor inductees. You said there are 9, along with a team. They had a great dinner last night, great function. You were there last night. Hall of Honor is always fun. It's always a fun event because you get to see, especially for you, faces that you've seen probably not for a while.
Yeah, and the thing about it, this is one of the premier Hall of Honors in this, of all the schools in the state. I mean, some of them have modeled it after Henderson. They do a lot, and man, to see all the people come back, and the past inductees come back. I mean, of course, Charlie Payne, the legend, was there. 100-year-old Charlie Payne. I mean, this is a guy that fought near Iwo Jima and everything.
He's seen it all.
He's seen it all, and he's at every Henderson event. And then seeing former coaches. And like former sports information directors and everything, and you get some of those teams from the mid '70s. They were a happy bunch. I mean, they were a crazy bunch. Those '73, '74, '75 teams, the '85 team. I mean, and they really get together and they have a great time. And I guarantee you, that party didn't end at 9:10. When the ceremony was over with. Some of them
probably the next
9:10. It probably went on to about 1:10 somewhere else, I promise you. But they were having a great time, and it was great to see former athletic director and All-American Sam Goodwin here. Mm-hmm. He came up from Natchitoches, and he never misses it. And his daughter Angie brought him, and everybody loves Sam. It's just great to see all those. Coach George Baker was here. It's great to see all of them. And then, of course, all of our current coaches were there that weren't on the road. They were there. And to see all these people inducted, and it's great to see some of the people that were inducted that played when I was here. And, you just remember some of the times and seeing them come up to you and say, man, thanks for everything you did and everything, man. And there were some great speeches. You could really feel the heart. A lot of emotion last night. I mean,
good emotion though.
That's what I'm saying. People breaking down. You don't realize how important it is till you see the emotion on these men and women that are being inducted. They really know how special it is. Over 200 people in that Hall of Honor now, individuals, and there's 6 teams now inducted. So, and the baseball team that was inducted was the first baseball team to be inducted in the Hall of Honor. So they're about to introduce everybody here shortly. But that 2015 team was a special team, and they went to the World Series. It was the first time Henderson made it to the NCAA postseason, because they were NAIA until 1993 or so, and then you played in the Gulf South and just could not make it, and then. At that time, they only took 48 teams to the Division II
That's
playoffs.
Right.
And they were the last team to get in. They only played 10 home games that year because the weather. I mean, the way the field set, we were underwater. We went up to Fayetteville to play a conference series. Some of our conference series that we were supposed to be hosted, we went to the opponent's place.
So it was like you were on the road.
So they were on the road the whole time. And that team came together, and they began the season playing in Minute Maid Park in Houston. In the Central Missouri tournament, and they played 4 nationally ranked teams and beat them all. And that just started the year. And they struggled a little bit in the middle, and then they picked it back up, and they just tore through the conference tournament. Forced the extra game with Southern Arkansas, lost, but was a seed that got in. And then they had to open up against the number 1 team in the country that was like 54-2.
Golly.
And they didn't even pitch their ace. They brought in a left-hander, but had an 0.90 ERA, and the Reddies beat them. And then they beat the number 4 team. Then they beat the number 10 team. Then they had to play St. Cloud all over again. St. Cloud had to beat them twice. They took a 7-0 lead. The Reddies came back and won it in extra innings and went on to carry North Carolina, won a couple games, and finished as a semifinalist.
As we have the Hall of Honor inductees moving out of the field, we'll bring you this ceremony. At the completion of the ceremony, we'll have the GAC rewind for you. Then we'll rejoin you and take you all the way to kickoff. This is Henderson State Sports on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Hall of Honor class. Our first inductee is Glenn Bobo. Glenn Bobo was a 4-year standout for Henderson State from 2011 to 2014. A 3-time All-GAC selection and a 2-time first-team honoree in 2013 and 2014. Glenn ranks 2nd all-time in Henderson State in tackles for loss with 46.5 in 43 games played. Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Bobo. Our next inductee is Steve Eddington. A die-hard Reddy, Steve Eddington has dedicated much of his life in service to Henderson State University. He currently serves as chairman of the Board of Trustees for the Arkansas State University system and has held roles as the SID, Alumni Board Director, and Hall of Honor MC at Henderson State University. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Eddington. Our next inductee is 𝗦𝗧𝗕𝗦𝗬𝗓. 𝗦𝗧𝗕𝗦𝗬𝗓 was a 3-time All-GAC honoree in basketball in 2019 and 2020. Haley is Henderson State's all-time leader in rebounds with 987 and averaged 8.5 boards per game despite playing guard for her entire career. A major weapon from long range, she ranks 5th all-time in Henderson State in career points and three-pointers. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Heston. Our next inductee is Maxie Graham. Maxie was an Actronic second-team All-American and a Don Hanson Honorable Mention All-American and linebacker for the Reddies in 2012. The 2012 GAC Defensive Player of the Year. Maxie also earned first-team All-Region honors that season while helping lead the Reddies to their first GAC championship and a spot in the NCAA Division II playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, Maxie Graham. Our next inductee is Robert Hester. Robert was a 3-time All-AIC honoree and linebacker from 1974 to 1977. He earned honorable mention All-AIC recognition in 1975 and was a first-team All-AIC selection in both 1976 and 1977. Robert was an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 1976 and 1977 and was named Henderson State's Defensive MVP in 1977. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Hester. Our next inductee is Chris Hunt. Chris was a 4-year standout pitcher for the Rays from 2014 to 2017 and is the program's all-time leader in innings pitched. He was the most recent Rays to be selected in the MLB draft in 2017 and also through the most recent no-hitter in program history in 2016. Chris was a key member of the 2015 Henderson State team that went to the College World Series. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Hunt. Our next inductee is 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗕𝗏 Jones. Pink was a three-time All-GAC selection for the Reddies in basketball from 2016 to 2020. She earned first-team All-GAC honors in both 2018 and 2019 and was named to the GAC All-Decade team in 2020. Pink is Henderson State's all-time leader in assists and ranks third all-time in program history in points. Ladies and gentlemen, Pink Jones. Our next inductee is Sean Jones. Sean served as athletic director for the Reddies from 2014 to 2024 and led an era of unprecedented growth and success for the department. During his tenure as athletics director, he orchestrated over $10 million in facility upgrades and oversaw the construction of both the Cage Center and the 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 Center. The Reddies won 23 GAC titles under his leadership as AD. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Jones. And our final inductee is the 2015 Reddie baseball team. Originally picked to finish ninth in the 2015 GAC preseason coaches poll, the Reddies had a magical season that saw Henderson win 33 games, capturing the program's first single recent championship, and reached the College World Series in Cary, North Carolina. The 2015 Reddies are the first baseball team in school history to be inducted into the Hall of Honor and the first team of the NCAA era. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 2015 Reddie baseball team. And let's give one more big Reddie round of applause for all of our 2025 Hall of Honor inductees.
Hey, we're welcome you back here in the broadcast booth. What a great ceremony just now. Honor those great teams, that great team, that baseball team, and all those inductees that we just had.
Yeah, we saw some players. I mean, we were talking about Pink Jones and 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 Estes.
Oh.
You talk about two women basketball players that were phenomenal on the court, and then three great football players. Maxie Graham was one of the toughest linebackers we ever had, and Glennon Bobo, that lives here in state. He coaches high school football over, I believe it's at Sheridan. I think Sheridan. He was a tough defensive end. Matter of fact, current athletic director Seth Dutton, he went against him at Southeastern. He was a tight end. He went up against him. And Robert Hester from back in the 70s played on those great 1970 teams. We lost one several years ago. One of our inductees passed away several years ago. Jay Brewer, a great golfer, started a program over in Texarkana. Of course, our 𝗬𝗓𝗕𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 done so much for Henderson State. And, of course, Chris Hunt was on that 2015 baseball team. Most innings pitched in Henderson State history, just shy of the strikeout record. And then, of course, Sean Jones, athletic director, we'll talk with him at halftime. He received the Distinguished Service Award. So it was a fun night last night. I strongly urge anybody, each October, that Hall of Honor, and all these past, these past inductees come back, and you see some legends, and it's a fun night. And it was so much fun seeing all those and hearing stories and stuff. And it doesn't cost a lot to get in. $25 to come in for a meal, and
you can't beat that.
And it was just a great night. So if you're a Henderson or Reddie and you want to see something like that, put that on your calendar next October.
Try to get over here. We're going to bring you the Coach's Corner. We'll have our own Blake Smith talk to head coach Greg Holsworth. Here is the Coach's Corner for this week.
Welcome back to the Domino's pregame show. It's time for our Coach's Corner segment, sponsored by Brooksers. I'm here with head football coach Greg Holsworth. And, Coach, another win on the road last week, but kind of an interesting game overall. Give me some of your thoughts about that win at Southwestern.
Well, I think it's always hard to win a college football game, to start with that. So I'm really proud of the guys for getting it done. We were out there, obviously started out a little shaky, didn't have the best first half. But what I think was a really good sign, was really positive about our team, is when we came out in the second half, especially that third quarter, we were firing on all cylinders. Our guys came out, performed well on offense. I think we scored on the first 3 offensive possessions, which was huge, and then defensively we got 3 straight stops and really stopped the bleeding, got the thing turned around. I thought started playing at a high level, so I was really proud of the guys for, despite it doesn't always go exactly how you want it to, but finding a way to rally and get things moving in the right direction in that second half.
And then you talk about a little bit of they try to make a little comeback in the fourth quarter. What's your message to your team as something like that's happening? Is it a stop the bleeding or make fixes, or is it a personnel matchup issue? Kind of what's the thought process there?
Well, football and all sports really there's going to be momentum in there. And there for a minute right there at the end, Southwest had a little bit of momentum, and credit to their coaches and their players for making some plays. But the message is always control what you can control, execute, and do your job. And so when you're out there, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the score is, it still comes down to you doing your assignment, you doing, what you need to do on that particular play. And so, as some of those situations came up, that was what we honed in on the sideline, and at the end of the day, we eventually executed at a higher level and got that win.
You did, and now you start off with 3 consecutive wins on the road, and that really, I think, says something about your team and the way you can go wherever it is in the league and go take care of business and get a win. And like you said, that's not an easy thing to do at any level of college football.
No. I mean, win at home is hard, win on the road is hard, but I am certainly proud of our guys and our coaching staff for having our guys prepared to go somewhere, travel, have their minds in the right place to go win a college football game.
It's important, and now we get rewarded with a 2-game homestand. Of course, today's game against Northwestern Oklahoma State, a team that has struggled a little bit in the early going. They've been in some games, and they've just not been able to finish. It's kind of an opposite of what we've seen. We find ways to win, and they have 1 or 2 plays fall short, and then the next thing you know, it's a 2 or 3 score game. What do you see on film with the Rangers?
Well, I mean, right now the thing that pops up is, they started a freshman quarterback last week that I thought made some plays against Southern Arkansas. Thought he had some athleticism and put the ball down the field in some good spots. They have talented players. I mean, that's not something that they lack. It's just a consistency thing, like you mentioned. So they're going to be a dangerous team if they come in and they're firing on all cylinders and they're executing at a high level. It's going to be a tough game. They always are. And so with them, I think that if we can start out strong in front of the great home crowd, I think those type of things do make a difference.
Indeed. Do they do anything schematically that makes them difficult? Is it kind of just a regular, kind of a quote-unquote traditional spread offense? Do they have any wrinkles?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got some, unique wrinkles. Here and there, they've got some plays where they actually do some complex shifting that'll make us have to adjust. But in terms of just wild offenses that are a major departure from what we normally see, no. But their coaching staff does a good job and definitely has some things that we've had to prepare for this week that give their guys a chance to, catch a quick one on you.
Well, and hopefully we'll be able to take care of them early, get a good crowd involved. As always with Hall of Honor, it's always a big crowd, and you get a lot of former players and guys that have contributed to this program. And I know that's important for your guys to see the history of our program and what we're trying to build on. Absolutely.
No, I mean, the home crowds this year and for my time here have always been great. Hall of Honor is a great deal. I'm excited to see some of the former players back and some of the other people, that have been affiliated with our program in one way or another. So it'll be a great day on the field and off.
We're looking forward to it. Well, Coach, best of luck today against the Rangers.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be back with more of the Domino's pregame show after this on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Printmania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
And we welcome you back here at the broadcast booth, Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. Captains are out on the field. We're ready for a coin toss, Troy. Any final thoughts before we get going?
We spoke a little bit about this game. Henderson State just needs to play their type of ball game. Don't look ahead to next week. You know, this is a team, Henderson State's averaging 473 yards of offense per game. That's 7 yards per play against a team that averages only 233 yards of offense, 4 yards of play. And the Reddie defense is allowing 321 yards, 4.7 yards of play. But Northwestern Oklahoma allowing 425 yards, nearly 7 yards of play. So on paper, things bode well for the Reddies.
As they're going through the coin toss, they have thrown the coin in the air. We try to figure out who has won it. Henderson State will be the, of course, home team today. They'll be in their home red uniforms. Gray trousers, gray numerals with black numbers, or black outline on the numbers on the back. Believe we didn't hear from the official.
Well, Northwestern Oklahoma has won the toss. It looks like he's having problems with his mic. He's trying to turn it on. No, Henderson has won the toss, and they have elected to receive and defend the north goal. That's odd. Usually, Henderson wants to get on the board. That's basically what they're saying.
They want to get ahead and run away and hide.
Yeah. Try to get this crowd excited. The Henderson's captains were Bryant Hammond, Andrew Edwards, Jeremiah Davis, and Gabe Hernandez were out there as the Ready captains.
We're about ready to get things going here from Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. A beautiful Hall of Honor afternoon. 79 degrees. You couldn't ask for a better looking Saturday. It's a Chamber of Commerce Saturday, Troy.
Exactly. And, you know, we have been very fortunate with the weather. I mean,
knock on wood.
In September, you usually get those hot days. That's why we play in the evening. And even the last home game wasn't too bad, in the evening. Today and next week, extended forecast looks going to be just beautiful. I think we're going to be staying in the 70s from here on out. And when you have days like this and getting to play early, a lot of fans like to get out to that early game. They get home and get on the Barcalounger and watch the afternoon and the evening football games on TV. So I like the early games and just enjoy the afternoon. And there was some nice tailgating out there. And, of course, next week's homecoming. So it is a beautiful day here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, Geo Services Field.
Of course, every day is a beautiful day here at Henderson State University, Troy.
Yeah, and it's like I say, it's nice to see so many people back for the Hall of Honor. And wait till next week in the homecoming. You're going to have all these organizations, fraternities, sororities back. It's a huge weekend next weekend, but right now we got to worry about today.
That's exactly right. As we cross the other side of the halfway pole here this season, can you believe we're already 6 games in?
I know. I was looking back at my home state, Ohio. They're already in their 7th week of high school football because they started a week earlier. It's amazing how quick the season goes, and we'll be into December, and they'll be in the middle of January and say, okay, when's football start? I mean, people are so into that, hey, come on, we just had a break. It's almost like the darn NBA season. It just finished. Now it's starting again. You know, it's, come on. We just had to just finish the playoffs.
That's like, yeah, they had Game 7 of the finals.
NHL start. I was like, holy cow. It's just like everybody complains about how long the Major League Baseball season is. The hockey and the NBA lasts a lot longer than Major League Baseball.
It seems like it. Now, this month and March are both months where everything's going on.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you here today from Carpenter-Haygood Stadium at Geo Services Field. Henderson has elected, they won the toss, they have elected to receive the opening kickoff. They are trying to send a message early. Greg Holsworth's bunch.
𝗗𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗕𝗦𝗬𝗓 to kick off for the Rangers.
Back for the Reddies, it will be Devontae Roberts and 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗕𝗘 back to receive for the Reddies. The ball's on the tee. They're ready. We're ready, Troy.
Let's kick this thing off.
Glad to welcome you in here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. This is Cale Purvis, 5'11" sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Ball's in the air, end-over-end kick. Not a very deep kick. It's going to be caught at the 26.
And I think he signaled a fair catch when he. And that's what he did.
He's lucky he didn't get a penalty.
Well,
because if you fair catch and you start to run like that, they can get you.
Well, it looks like they were converging on him pretty quick, and he was trying to avoid any contact. So we'll take over on our own 28. Not bad field position to start this game.
Not bad at all. Reddies will start 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. No time came off the clock since it was a fair catch. I wonder if they were trying to catch Henderson State sleeping there with a little bit of a pooch kick there.
Yeah, well, probably didn't want to get any momentum for their return man.
Andrew Edwards will take the snap. He's going to throw it back over to this side. Maddox Davis into the clear. He's going to run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That's a good start for this Reddie offense.
Yeah, pushed out of bounds, but Nassim Rhodes Nelson, the linebacker for the Rangers.
As Jeremiah Davis will exit to the sideline. So 1 first down for the Reddies. 1 play, 1 first down. That's a good start. They keep that formula up. Edwards with an empty backfield. He'll have 2 to his left, 2 to his right, and he'll have a tight end on the left side. 2 tight ends on the left side. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to throw it to the right side. Pass is complete to Micah Green. He's going to get out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Good little gain there on first down.
Rock Showmaker, the sophomore linebacker for Northwestern Oklahoma, picks up his 25th tackle on the season, pushing him out of bounds.
Talon Pascal coming to the game. He's a big play waiting to happen. He's going to line up on the far sideline in front of the Northwestern Oklahoma sideline. Edwards will have a man to his left hip pocket, trips to the left. Edwards takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking. He's got all kinds of time. Throws it deep down the field. Wide open. Touchdown, Henderson State. Pass complete to Micah Green.
I'm telling you what. Go ahead.
You couldn't ask for a better start than that, Troy.
I'm telling you, that offensive line is doing fantastic. Cooper Fullerman, Devin Walter, Gabe Hernandez, Nathan Wolbrick, and Marcus Lee up front. They're not getting any pressure on Edwards. Remember, I said that the defense has only recorded 2 sacks for Northwestern Oklahoma. If that's the way it's going to be, this could be one of those things we talked about last night, those 80-point games, those high school games. But, no, I mean, he was wide open.
I think you and me could have made that play.
Yeah,
wide open.
I don't know about that, but I would have caught it, but I would have died right there. That's good.
Extra point is good. 13:40 left in this first quarter. Reddy's on the board. We'll take a short little break. Bring you some more action here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Java Primo, where amazing coffee is just the beginning. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia, on Central Avenue in Hot Springs, and on the Square in Magnolia. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, gifts, or desserts, Java Primo has something amazing for everyone. Shop for gifts and gift cards for your favorite Reddie online 24/7
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, the official found his microphone button. We caught that at the end there. So we'll get to hear all the ins and outs from our referee this afternoon, Brad Frisbee. Him and his officiating crew as kick is away, end over end kick over to the left side. It'll be fielded inside the 5-yard line. Oh, there's some trickeration. They tried to fake a toss, and he's got some green grass in front of him. That was a good little return for Northwestern Oklahoma. That was returned by number 9, Colin Thomas. So the Reddies.
Thomas, that was his. He's got 169 yards in kickoff returns, and you can see why he's got a little bit of speed on him. A little guy, but he can break and get you some speed. So you got him in good field position. Let's see how the Reddie defense can come up.
Jax Bernard, a signal caller for Northwestern Oklahoma. He is the quarterback today. 2 receivers to his right. Looked like they might have had a little early motion. Pass is complete to Ivory Wheelwright. Over the middle, down to the 45-yard line. Be a 1st and 10 for Northwestern Oklahoma.
Wheelwright, one of their primary receivers, coming in with 16 catches for 164 yards. Has yet to get a touchdown. They have only had 2 passing touchdowns this year.
So 1st and 10 for the Rangers. It'll be Bernard in the backfield. He'll have a man to his right hip pocket. Stack formation on the right side. He's going to throw it off his back foot over toward the right sideline, and the pass is incomplete. Looked like he had it for a split second, but
nice breakup over there.
That was, I believe, Paul Manning in coverage there for the Reddies.
Those silver numbers kind of get me.
I know, they're real shiny.
Yeah, they're real shiny.
I like it, though. It's a good look today. Again, the Reddies in their home reds. Silver numbers, very reflective with a black outline and gray pants. So 2nd down for the Rangers. Bernard will take the snap. He's going to throw it over the middle. Pass is incomplete. He tried to get that over to, that was Ivory Wheelwright again. It's been his favorite target so far. Pass fell incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Leo Morris in on the defense for the Reddies. Nickel back for Henderson State. Did a good job. Got his hand in there. Disrupt the play, and that brings up 3rd and 10.
Crowd still filing in here on this Hall of Honor Saturday at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. Bernard will be in the backfield. He'll have trips to his right. He'll have he moved him, Ezekiel Luna, over to his left. He was lined up behind him. Bernard will take the snap. Got plenty of time. Throws it back over the middle. Pass is complete. A one-handed catch by Isaiah Taylor. He's going to be short of the 1st down marker, but he'll be at midfield. What a great catch right there.
Well, good defense by Morris to be right there on the play.
So it looks like the Rangers will elect a punt here from midfield. That will send back the speedy Talon Pascal. He's ran a punt back this year already, so let's see if he can run another one back here, get a big return for the Reddies here.
Purvis doing the punting, averaging 37 yards per game, has a long of 55 yards. The Reddies look like they want to go in for the block.
Yeah, they're going to send the house on this one. They don't quite get to it. It's a
knuckleball.
Yeah, it's a knuckleball in the air, spinning left to right. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Reddies will start there 1st and 10. Actually, they'll say at the 13.
They're going to go to immediate timeout.
And we will have immediate timeout. Reddies with the lead. They're back on offense. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Hostess is proudly creating job opportunities here in Clark County. Enjoy the sweet life and apply to join the Hostess team. The 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Bakery is currently hiring for both salary and hourly positions. And while you're at it, go ahead and give one of their Twinkies, donuts, or jumbo honey buns a try. Your sweet tooth will be glad you did. Hostess, a proud supporter of the Henderson State Reddies.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddie Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that Reddie spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Are you in the market for insurance? Have questions about coverage, claims, or anything in between? Contact your local State Farm agent, Heather Powell. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, Heather is there to help you. Stop by her offices in Arkadelphia or Hot Springs to chat about your insurance needs or give her a call at 501-623-8878. Heather Powell, where good neighbor service meets great insurance.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. After the media timeout, Reddies will take over 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Back to work goes Andrew Edwards on this offense. They struck pretty quick here at the start of the first quarter. He'll take the snap. He will hand it off in the backfield. A little bit of green grass in front of him. That was Jeremiah Davis. He was brought down at the 29-yard line.
That's
first down.
Thing, if you get the run game going and the passing game going, it could be a long day for the Rangers.
So Jeremiah Davis will line up to the left side of Andrew Edwards. Trips to the right. One isolated receiver up top is Pascal. Edwards will take the snap. He will tuck it and run. He's going to run outside a right tackle. He's going to get brought down at the 39-yard line, and it'll be another first down for the Reddies, their third of the day.
They're getting yardage in big clumps.
Yes. Well, you mentioned the offensive line is getting great movement up front.
Right. Like I said, they're not getting any pressure. The defense not getting any penetration on the Reddie offensive front.
So Jeremiah Davis will head to the sideline. Chris Ganaway will come into the game now. He'll line up to the left side of Edwards. Trips to the right. They'll take the snap. They will hand it off to Ganaway. Ganaway is going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky. And looks like he will be no gain, 2nd and 10.
First big defensive play for Northwestern Oklahoma. Big defensive tackle, Apollo Taylor, the senior, making the initial hit for the Rangers at the 39-yard line, so 2nd and 10.
10.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Reddie's leading this one 7-0. Edwards will empty the backfield. He'll have 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and a tight end to the left side of the left tackle. Edwards will take the snap. He's got plenty of time. Nothing but time. He's going to go deep down the middle of the field. The pass is intercepted by
Aiden Lewis, number 40.
Aiden Lewis of the Rangers makes a big play for this Ranger defense, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
He's their top defender, 45 tackles on the season. That's his first interception of the season. He just underthrew it.
Yeah. He had, I believe that was Darius Burns was out there, but he just underthrew it right there. So the Rangers will take over 1st and 10, an inauspicious start to this game. Reddie's had one big play and one bad play.
That's the one thing you start getting something like this, and you go for the big play, and you think you have it, and you underthrow it, and you just now you got to get your defense. Okay, we had a negative play. Let's just stop them where they're at because they're deep in their own territory. So
Bernard will take the snap. He will hand it off. It will go over past the right tackle. It's not going to be much of a gain. It'll be a gain of maybe 1.5 yards, 2 yards, as they handed it off. That was Ezekiel Luna, I believe.
Yes.
So 2nd and a long 8 coming up for the Rangers right now.
Jordan Owens in on the stop for the Reddie defense there.
Bernard Reddie. He will have Luna to his right hip pocket. He'll take the snap. Now he's going to toss it over to the far side. I beg your pardon. That is 𝗦𝗕𝗏 Cobbs who will take the toss. He'll gain 2 yards. It'll be a long 3rd down and 6 right now for the Rangers.
Rangers on a season, 24 of 72 on 3rd down conversions.
Let's see what they could dial up here on 3rd down.
It's one of those 3rd and long plays. You don't want to give up the 1st down.
So 3rd and pretty deep for the Rangers. They will take the snap. Bernard looking. He's under attack. He's going to escape out of trouble, but the pass was tipped by Gerard Collada.
Yeah, Collada was coming in on the big rush and put his mitts up there, and he couldn't get through his arms. I think he would have brought that down. He would have been walking into the end zone.
Yeah, he'd been jogging to the end zone, but alas, it results in a 4th down for the Rangers. They'll be forced to punt, so great job by the Reddie defense to respond after that turnover. It'll be Taylon Pascal back to receive. He's going to have his heels at the 29-yard line.
I feel we're going to get a return tonight sometime during the day. A big return.
As this will bounce in front of Pascal. He'll field it at the 25. And he's going to actually make a couple guys miss. And from where he fielded, it's going to be a lot of running for, looks like a 1-yard loss on that return. But the Reddies will take over 1st and 10.
Fortunate we didn't get a block in the back. It looked like we had a little push in the back. But the referees didn't call it. Of course, they're within 10 feet of the play, and we're within about 100 yards from the play.
Now, we got a good look at it, though. We got bird's eye view.
It just looked like he had they did get a little hand and push, but
they must have thought otherwise.
Yeah.
Because I saw the same thing that you did. So Edwards will be in the backfield. He will have trips to the right. He will take the snap. He's going to throw it into the flat. Pass is complete. That is to Maddox Davis. He's going to take it, make a man miss. He's going to be close to the 40-yard line, down to the 39. Another 1st down for the Reddies.
And Cade Reynolds on the stop after he broke a few tackles, and Reynolds finally pulled him down at the 39-yard line.
So 2 drives so far for the Reddies. One has resulted in a touchdown, another in a turnover. Let's see what they can do on this 3rd drive of the afternoon.
Only the 5th turnover for the Reddies this year.
Got a good job taking care of the football this year. So Edwards will empty the backfield. He'll have trips to the left, double to the right. Edwards will take the snap. Rangers will rush 4. He's going to roll to his right. The pass is going to be complete over to this near sideline. That is Andreas Griffin. A good gain there on 1st down right there. Will be about 2nd and 5 coming up here.
Griffin did a great job coming back to give Andrew Edwards some help. Saw Edwards was having a little difficulties, couldn't find an open receiver. Griffin came back, got to the sideline, got you some plus yardage.
Edwards in the shotgun once again, trips to his left. They're going to send a man in motion. That is Caden Davis in motion. Edwards will take the snap. They're going to rush 4. He's looking, throws it over to the left side of the field. Pass is incomplete. That was intended for Maddox Davis, just underthrew him there.
Yeah, and Drew a little upset with himself. He knew he had him, and I think he just kind of rushed to throw a little bit. Saw the opening, thought that he could get it to his receiver, and the receiver could just run right down the sideline. Try to rush it a little bit.
So 3rd down and 5 yards to go for the Reddies. The ball at the 44-yard line. Again, beautiful afternoon for football here.
Not very many Ranger fans made the trip.
I noticed that.
I think you count about 20 over there.
I think you're about right. Edwards will take the snap. He had trips to his left all day to throw.
Good
He's going to move to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He'll have the 1st down and more past the 50 to the 45. He'll make a man miss. Still at the 40, dragging Rangers out of bounds. He'll be pushed out at the 35-yard line. Great job by Andrew Edwards right there.
Elijah Mack, the redshirt freshman with the tackle. But the offensive line, fantastic job keeping them off of Edwards, and had a great coverage on the Reddies receivers. Allowed Edwards to find that nice wide open tunnel down the right sideline.
That's the other thing, they were well covered, but he still made a play happen.
And you're into plus territory now.
Edwards will have trips to the left. Man to his hip pocket. He's going to tuck it and run himself on the read option. He's going to lose 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12 right now.
Tripped up by Rock Showmaker. 24 tackles on the season, make it now 25. He is a sophomore for this Ranger club.
So 2nd and 12 right now. Reddy's behind schedule just a little bit on this set of plays. Edwards will be in the shotgun. He'll have a man to his right, doubles to the left. Lone man on this side. Edwards will hand it off. He's going to give it to Dylan Jones. He's going to make a couple men miss. He's at the 25, the 20, 15. Ducks his head down inside the red zone, down to the 10. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Reddies.
Nice hard running, lowered the boom. That's what the Reddies are going to need next week, too. I mean, they're going to have to run hard, and that was a great play, fighting through some tackles and getting it down inside the 10-yard line. We're inside the red zone.
So after a negative play, they get a big positive play. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9. Edwards will be in a bunch formation, trips to his right, nobody on the left side. We'll have a tight end there. He has a man to his left. He's going to tuck it and run. It was a designed quarterback run the whole time. He's probably, if he's lucky, going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they say he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play, 2nd and 9.
Great job by the Ranger defense to read that. Again, Shoemaker right there, along with Chisholm Watson, leading that defense for the Rangers.
And Northwestern Oklahoma, the only winless team in the GAC so far this season. Henderson State tied with Arkansas Tech and Southern Arkansas at 4-1. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to hand it off. That was to Dylan Jones, and he's going to be stopped just short of the 5-yard line. He'll gain 3 yards, but it'll be 3rd and goal from the 6.
Yeah, all the other games start later today. Arkansas Tech's at East Central, Arkansas Monticello at Oklahoma Baptist, and OBU at Southern Nazarene. They're 2 o'clock starts. Southwestern Oklahoma's at Southern Arkansas. That's a 2:30 start. Of course, Thursday night, Harding defeated Southeastern Oklahoma 35-7. You get into October, like we said, it gets to mostly afternoon games.
That is correct. Once it starts to get cooler, that temperature drops. Edwards will take the snap. He had trips to the right. He's going to roll to his right, throwing toward the end zone. Pass complete.
Flag.
There'll be a flag. We'll see what the flag's on.
Could be a pick.
They call him on the pick play.
That looks like that's what they're calling.
See what Brad Frisbee has to say.
Pass interference, number 14, offense. 15-yard penalty, previous spot. Still 3rd down.
So you heard it from Brad Frisbee. It'll be pass interference. It'll be a long 3rd and goal coming up here for the Reddies.
Referees don't gather to talk anymore. They got that communication thing, so they just talk through headsets now.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 21-yard line, 20.5-yard line. Edwards will empty the backfield, trips to his right. He'll have a man isolated at the top. Edwards takes the snap, looking, throws it back over the middle. The referee had a duck out of the way. That was intended for Micah Green, and it'll be 4th down coming up for the Reddies.
Had him coming across. He just didn't hold on to the football. I think he was looking to the end zone before he caught the football.
So it'll be 4th and goal coming up. That will send out the field goal unit. This will be a 38-yard field goal. See if the Reddies can push this to a double-digit lead. Ryan McDonald will line up for the kick. Zach Baker, the holder, the deep snapper, is Sam Weisner, and we'll have a whistle and a false start, so it's going to back this up 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, false start, 58, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Going to give that to Cooper Fuhrman. So it will be an even longer field goal now. It's going to be about a 43-yard field goal now.
Redshirt freshman making the rookie mistake.
Looks like the Rangers might bring a decent amount of pressure. Snaps good, holds good. The kick is up in the air, end over end, and it is good. A booming kick by Ryan McDonald gives the Reddies a 10-0 lead.
Media timeout on the field.
As we will go to a media timeout before our next kickoff. 10-0 our score. Reddies on the high side. 3:36 left in the first quarter. Once again, Reddies 10, Northwestern Oklahoma 0. You're listening to the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn.
When you travel, it matters where you stay, and that's why the Reddies choose Hampton Inn, the official hotel of Reddie Athletics. Hampton will always go the extra mile to give you an exceptional stay with amenities designed for your comfort and convenience. Stay at the Hampton Inn of Arkadelphia to enjoy their free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and spacious rooms. Hampton Inn, we love having you here. Fairway Nation mortgage loan officers are dedicated to finding great rates and loan options for their customers while offering some of the fastest turn times in the industry. Fairway strives to make team members and customers feel like a part of the family while providing exceptional customer service, speed, and support by being kind, humble, and giving 100% every day. Visit our local Fairway Mortgage Loan officers Chad Bradford and Marissa McKay here in Arkadelphia, or call them at 501-910-0773 to get started today. SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for over 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the new Charles and Anita Cabe Student Athlete Success Center and the restoration of the historic Captain Henderson House. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, just in time. The kickoff coming up for Ryan McDonald and the Reddies. Kick is away. It's a big booming kick. They're aiming for that left side. It's going to go and hit right at the goal line. It'll be a touchback, and the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Another good kick by McDonald, who just hammered a 43-yard field goal just a couple moments ago, Troy.
Yeah, he is definitely a special player for Henderson State. We've had some great kickers. Houston Ray was one, set all kinds of records at Henderson State and GAC, and we got another one right there with Ryan McDonald.
So the Rangers will go back to work. They find themselves down 10-0 here in the first quarter. Jax Bernard will have Ezekiel Luna behind him, trips to his left. Bernard will take the snap. He will hand it off to Luna. Luna going to make one man miss, going to drag two with him, but he'll only gain 3 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
Not getting many yards per play. We said he only came in averaging maybe 4 yards per play this season and only 10 points per game. And their closest game was with Oklahoma Baptist. They lost 16-8 earlier in the year. But all these other opponents have scored 40 points a game, their other 4 opponents.
Bernard is ready. He will take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look to throw. Throws it over to the left side, underhander. There wasn't anybody there. You almost could get him for intentional grounding.
He was throwing it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I would have.
coming right at you.
Yeah, it was coming right at us. I'd have been. I was open. I mean,
I don't know if it was throwing it to the water boy. I don't know if Adam Sandler's down there.
It was one of those that I don't think he meant to throw it away like that. I mean, there was just nobody there. I don't know if there was a miscommunication on the route tree or what happened there, but good thing for the Reddies there. That was Casper made a good defensive play there for the Reddies. It'll be 3rd and long coming up for the Rangers.
They're already 0 for 2 on 3rd down. They've been 3 plays and out on every series.
Bernard will take the snap. He's going to look to throw, throws it back over the middle. Pass is intercepted. It is intercepted, but coming back over to the 25-yard line to the 20, the 15, the 10 is going to be close. He's going to be knocked out inside the 5-yard line.
Leonard Harris picked it off at the 50-yard line and taking it down to about the, it looks like they're going to put it maybe to the 1 or 2 yard line, Dylan.
So a good starting position for this next drive. So now the turnover difference is even. One turnover each way for both sides.
Looks like the response.
It's going to be at the 6-yard line, I believe, or the 4-yard line.
Maybe the 4. They're stepping on a different yard line. Okay, now the 4.
Yeah.
So basically a 46-yard return because he got it right out, right on the H at midfield.
So 1st and goal for the Reddies after the turnover. Good starting field position for the Reddies on this drive.
I think you're going to see run it, run it, run it.
See right here, Frederick O'Donnell in the backfield with Edwards. He'll take the snap. There's a fumble. It's recovered by the Reddies, so they avoid danger there.
The referee killed something. There must have been a flag.
Let's see what he has to say.
Well, maybe they called it a pass. They must have called it an incomplete. Oh, yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it was a shovel pass. Yep.
They called it incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, so actually, so it ends up being okay for the Reddies. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Because I couldn't, I didn't see for sure if it was a shuffle pass or not because it was going away from us.
So 2nd and goal coming up for the Reddies. Edwards in the backfield. He will have O'Donnell in the backfield. He will hand it off to O'Donnell. He's pushing guys. He's inside. He fumbled the ball, but it's going to be a touchdown, Henderson State.
O'Donnell's first touchdown of the season, rushing.
A great job by O'Donnell to push the pile. He had 2 or 3 Rangers draped on him, and he found Pater there, Troy.
Yeah, it just kept his feet going, kept churning. He was definitely not going to be denied.
And
that's good when you can make the turnovers hurt.
The 210-pound senior from North Little Rock, Arkansas, finding the end zone for the Reddies. As McDonald's extra point holds good, snaps good, the kick is good. 1:53 left in this first quarter of action. Reddies up 17-0. We'll take a short little break. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
When you order from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Glad you're here with us. Good first quarter so far for the Reddies, Troy.
Yeah, I mean, 4 possessions. They had 1 turnover, but they've scored on the other 3. And they made the turnover by Northwestern Oklahoma hurt.
They absolutely did. See if they can build on this and get another stop on defense. McDonald will kick. So if the Rangers do meet their point average for the season, they'll come up short against the Reddies as this kick will sail into the end zone. Another touchback. Second of the day for McDonald. And the Rangers will take over 1st and 10.
That's what you like. You don't want them to set up any type of return, get any momentum at all.
There's not any breeze at all, so he just booted that to the end zone. That was not guided by the wind.
He's got a strong leg, there's no doubt.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Rangers.
I'm telling you, before the end of the year, he's going to win a ball game.
Oh, I believe it.
He's going to win a ball game late for the Reddies.
I always say if you have a pretty good kicker, that helps you out, because anytime you get past midfield, you're already in scoring range. Rangers back to work on offense. They'll send a man in motion. They'll move him from right guard to left guard. As snap is taken, it's not going to be much there. It might be a gain of 3 if he's lucky. It's just a big mass of humanity right there. As I believe Reddie, no, he didn't lose his helmet, but they gave that to 𝗬𝗓𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 So it'll be 2nd and 7 right now coming up.
And a big defensive front. I mean, everybody was on top of them. Not going to run against these guys right now.
2nd and 7 coming up for the Rangers of Northwest Oklahoma. See what they got dialed up here. They'll have 2 to the right, 1 offset. As Bernard will take the snap. He's going to run right into pressure, and the pass is intercepted. Oh, it's picked up. Wow, it was picked up out of the hands of the defensive back for Henderson State, it looked like. It looked like he caught that, but he might have just ripped it right out of his hand.
Yeah, Isaiah Taylor deflected and went into his hands, and that'll be the first down for Northwestern Oklahoma. Just a strange play.
Very unorthodox way to get their first down. But it'll be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
You can't really review that because of the way the cameras are and the way the field, you're not going to be able to see
There's only one angle, so. And there wasn't too much of a chagrin on the Henderson State sideline. Bernard will take the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's a good job running forward by 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He's going to make a couple men miss. He'll be brought down at the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down coming up. And it looks like that's going to do it for this first quarter of action. You couldn't ask for a better first quarter out of the Reddies, Troy.
No, just the 1 turnover, just because he underthrew it. But this will be the Northwestern Oklahoma has not crossed midfield yet.
Hopefully we keep them on this side of midfield. We'll take a short break. We'll bring you the second quarter of action here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
When you order from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Do you need to navigate the real estate market? 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗄𝗏 has trusted real estate experts with deep market knowledge committed to exceptional service. Contact our local Arkadelphia 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗕𝗙 agent Kim Bird to begin searching for your forever home today. Call 870-293-1111 or visit her office in Arkadelphia at 203 South 26th Street, Suite A. 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗢𝗥, home is where the heart is.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, second quarter ready to get rolling. The Rangers looking across midfield for the first time today. And he's trying to keep them at bay. They need to get to the 49 to get the first down as Bernard's going to take the snap. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by number 5, Leo Morris. He's going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Henderson State.
2 turnovers, 2 scores for the Reddies.
A great job by Leo Morris to step in front of the pass there. Another turnover, and the defense putting points on the board for the Reddies.
Now the defense is going to have to go back on the field. Man, we just got off the field.
McDonald will be on to attempt the extra point. See if they can give the Reddies a 24-0 lead as they're going to run in. This is Nathan Wolbrick onto the field. Need to have 11 out there. Another one running in for Northwest Oklahoma. Snap's good, holds good, the kick is good. So 9 seconds into the second quarter, the Reddies add to their lead. It is 24-0 in favor of the Reddies. We'll be back in just a moment from Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. This is Henderson State Sports on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp code, lesson 86. This is how you say, gee willikers, it's a hot one. Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. That's it for today. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, Reddies up 24-0 after the pick 6 by Leo Morris. First, you just said defense got to go right back to work here after the kickoff.
Yeah, this is a game the offense saying, hey, we want to play too. The defense is going to scoring.
I don't think they'll complain too loud after that. So McDonald's kick is away end over end. It's going to go through the end zone, almost through the back of the end zone.
And down to the party end zone, party
the,
palace.
The Bud Light touchdown tent over to our left over there. So 9 seconds into this second quarter. It's been all Reddies for the first 15 minutes and some change, Troy.
Yeah, guys getting down there, getting some, getting hydrated down there in the Budweiser touchdown tent.
they're getting real hydrated over there at the Budweiser touchdown tent.
Well, I mean, as the Henderson State fans here, this is what you like to see. The Reddies, there's another game going on later this afternoon, and you want to get in control. And a lot of those people will be leaving a little early to catch that next game. And some of these fans
have a rooting interest in.
Yes.
So Bernard will go back to work. He'll give the ball off. That is to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. A good run there on first down. It's going to gain him about 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Yeah, I believe you're talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks led by Bobby Petrino. What year is it right now where we say that? I never thought I'd see the day.
I didn't either. This is, and I happened to see Sam Pittman on the lake last weekend because we live on the same lake, and he was up there in Lake Hamilton. And his house was fully lit up, and they were out there just enjoying the weekend.
He's got a little free time now.
Oh, you get a little free time. I'll take the $6.5 million and have some free time too.
Bernard will take the snap, pick the handoff. He's got plenty of time. He's looking to his left. Now he's being pursued as he's going to be sacked. That was 𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗦𝗧𝗏 at the sack for the Reddies.
It's sophomore.
As it'll be third down right now. Third and long coming up for the Rangers. They're going the wrong way on this drive.
3rd and 16. I mean, they came in this fourth quarter, or this second quarter, only totaled 47 yards in the first quarter. The Reddies had totaled 166 yards.
Is that good?
That's pretty good offensively, good defensively, holding them to 47 yards. And now they lost some yardage there. So
Bernard will take the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to go over the middle as the pass is incomplete. He was aiming for 𝗦𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 as the pass is incomplete. The 6'3 junior just missed him, and the Rangers will be forced to punt here.
Kyle's one of their top receivers. He came in with 16 catches and a team-high 243 yards. But they just couldn't get it to him, and now forcing the third punt of the ball game. Punting, averaging 38 yards per kick so far on punts this afternoon.
You said earlier Pascal's due for another return for a touchdown. We've had
a defensive return for a touchdown. I said we were going to get some returns today. Ooh, this sets up well.
Great punt as Pascal is going to let it bounce. He's going to let it go and roll around the 40, past the 40. It'll be down at the 38-yard line. That's where the Reddies will start 1st and 10.
Media timeout on the field.
As we will have the media timeout here in the second quarter. Reddies have the lead 24-0. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Hi, I'm Sadie, student and team leader.
And I'm Lauren, student and agriculturalist.
When we rise above alcohol and drugs, we reach for, expect, achieve, and accomplish more.
The minute we think about using alcohol or drugs, we lower our chance of living our best life. When we rise above, we respect ourselves and lead by example.
Being drug and alcohol free has always been the best way to be. Let's do this. Join the RAD movement
and challenge yourself to rise above alcohol and drugs.
This message brought to you by Ouachita Children, Youth, and Family Services Prevention Program.
Brookshires proudly supports the Henderson State Reddies. At Brookshires, you can save on fuel or groceries with your points, where every dollar you spend earns you 1 point. Plus, score big with meat that is cut fresh daily and enjoy lower prices on the freshest produce. In a hurry? Let us do the shopping for you with our convenient curbside online ordering and pickup. Visit Brookshires.com to place your order today. Brookshires, your ultimate tailgating destination. Go Reddies and go Brookshires.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, fresh out of the media timeout, the Reddies will look to extend this 24-0 lead that they have amassed so far. This is just what the doctor ordered. You just said, you don't want to look ahead to next week. That's a big game, but so far the Reddies, they're full steam ahead today.
Yeah, you'd like to, get 2.5 quarters in with your starters and everything, make a good, get a good workout in, and then bring in your second, third, bring some other people in that haven't played a lot.
Edwards caught the snap. He's going to tuck it and run. He'll actually gain a yard. He'll be pushed out of bounds. That looked like last contact was Aiden Lewis. So 2nd and 9 coming up for the Reddies.
Yeah, you'd like to get it, get all your starters out by midway through the third quarter and get a lot of guys on that sideline some experience, get them ready. You never know when you're going to rely on those.
That's exactly right. 2nd and 9 coming up. Bunch formation, man isolate at the top. Edwards will take the snap. He will hand it off. Jeremiah Davis. It's going to be a good job by that Ranger defense. It looked like the first contact was made by Rayshun Callahan. And it'll be a long third down coming up for the Reddies.
Yeah, Rock Showmaker cleaning it up. So Reddies behind the sticks on 3rd down and 12.
12 minutes and some change left in this first half. Been all Reddies here this afternoon. Glad you're here with us on the Henderson State Sports Network. Alongside my partner, Troy Mitchell, I'm Dylan Conley, bringing you all the action. Edwards in the backfield, have trips to his left. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw on this long third down. Edwards looking. He's going to running backwards, heading the wrong way. He's going to throw it back over the middle, trying to find a Micah Green running back towards him. Pass will be incomplete. Did a lot of running there for nothing.
Exactly. Once you look for and something like that, when the receiver comes back, sometimes the defender will get in the way and then get that pass interference. But a good job by Zayd Walker for Northwestern Oklahoma. He's a freshman. Avoided that contact, and now the Reddies punting for the first time today.
Colin Thomas, the 5'8", redshirt freshman from Dallas, Texas, back to receive for the Rangers. As we are at the 11:43 mark in the second quarter. Robertson back to punt for the Reddies. He'll get the snap. It's a good snap. Punts away almost. A lot of Rangers around that. It's going to roll, take a ready bounce at the 15 where it's fielded. Here is Thomas returning it out to the 34-yard line where he goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll say at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the for the Rangers.
So referees are keeping it here, so no media timeout.
So at halftime, we'll have a special treat for you. You're going to have a special guest with you. Sean Jones is going to come by and talk to you at halftime.
Yeah, he, athletic director here for 10 years now at Southern Miss. And he came in Friday. He had Southern Miss was at Georgia Southern. Was on the plane at 3 o'clock in the morning, leaving Statesboro into Hattiesburg, and then drove in from Hattiesburg yesterday for the Hall of Honor.
Racking up the miles.
Yep.
So Bernard will take the snap. He's going to hand it off, as there won't be much there. They will gain a yard. That was handed to Ezekiel Luna. So a gain of 1 on that first down makes it 2nd and 9.
And Leonard Harrison on the stop tripped him up.
Clock ticking away here in the second quarter.
Well, that's the benefit at D1. You get to fly a little bit.
Yeah.
And instead of taking these 9, 10-hour bus trips, they're flying.
Correct. I mean, we could. We just left the plane in the hangar, though. So. Bernard ready. He'll take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He's going to run to his left as he's going to be met in the backfield. A big-time sack for the Reddies, as that was Gerard Collada. Create the damage in the backfield.
He saw it coming, and he just came running at full speed, and they had nowhere to go. And so now you're playing second down and
second and 19, I believe.
Yeah, the 504 area code. So whatever.
Yeah. Somewhere over in Little Rock. Let's say it should be 3rd down if that's correct. Yeah, So Bernard is going to be in the shotgun formation off trips to his left. A man isolated over to the near sideline. Bernard will take the snap. It's a quarterback run. It's a designed run. He's going to get probably a yard if he's lucky, maybe 2. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Rangers will be forced to punt.
And
well, good job by this Reddie defense to force another punt out of the Rangers, as Talon Pascal will be back to receive.
All set up by Collada's big defensive sack. So this could be, if the punter could get a decent kick instead of a knuckleball, well, maybe you like that because you not get many returns on knuckleballs. The guys don't want to. Trouble
with the snap. Purvis gets it away in the air. Looks like his best punt of the day. Pascal is going to field it. He's going to be brought down immediately right at the 44-yard line. The Reddies will take over 1st and 10, just a couple yards away from midfield.
And it looks like we're rolling. Referee keeping it rolling.
So Cale Purvis is not only the punter, he's also the kicker and the kickoff specialist. So they're using that leg a lot out of Purvis.
Yeah, I would think by end of the game that leg is swollen a little bit.
You get him a little ice.
You talk about guys getting an ice bath, he'd probably be one of them.
Yeah, I'd have to say so. Ready to go back to work on offense. 1st and 10, Edwards in the backfield. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to hand it off. As that's Jeremiah Davis carrying a few bodies, and already lost his helmet.
So he'll have to come out.
He'll have to come out for one play. I beg your pardon, that's Trent Haygood on the carry.
Haygood, that's his 19th attempt.
Edwards in the backfield. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Haygood in the backfield with him. Edwards looking to pass. Pass is complete. There's a penalty marker on the field. The pass was complete to Caden Davis, but we'll see what this penalty is.
Yeah, it's going to be holding.
I think you're right. I don't know how often you hear that, but.
Holding, number 57, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Yeah, defensive end Chisholm Watson was just taken to the ground. And
I got to get Gabe Hernandez, junior out of Lumberton, Texas, with that one. So it's going to back the Reddies up a little bit. It will still be 2nd down. 2nd and 14 coming up.
Got to clean some stuff up before next week, that's for sure. You don't need those against a team like Harding.
That is correct. The Bisons will be coming to town next week. As Edwards will empty the backfield. Haygood can get sent in motion. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and shotgun. Edwards will take the snap, looking. He's got all day. He's going to throw it deep down the middle of the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. He was going for Caden Davis, just overthrew him, and it's going to be 3rd down.
Davis kind of slowed up a little bit there for a second. If he would have stayed in stride, I think he would have had it, but I think he kind of just it seemed like he slowed up a little bit there about the 30-yard line, and he was looking back, and I think he kind of lost it for a minute.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. He was a little too wide open, I think is what they say. So it'll be 3rd and 14 coming up for the Reddies here on offense, leading 24-0. Been a good first half for the Reddies. They only have the 1 turnover, but they've scored on every other drive. Edwards will empty the backfield. He'll take the snap. He's going to throw it into the flat. Pass is complete. That is to Trent Haygood. And it's going to be close to midfield, if not just past midfield.
Actually, going to stick it back to
they're going to stick it back to 46.
Reddies might go for this.
Yeah, I think so.
No, they're
going to go to punt.
They're going to send the punter out for the 2nd time.
So 4th and 8 coming up for the Reddies.
Referee's trying to keep that clock moving.
Yeah, I think that, yeah. I'd be in favor of that. So back to punt for the Reddies, Axel Robertson, 6-foot senior. Good snap. Punt is away. Again, the Rangers bringing a lot of pressure there. It's a spiraling punt. It's going to die at the 5, and it's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
I was thinking it might check up like one of your chip shots, but it didn't.
Yeah. I wish my golf game was like that. I'd have kept on rolling up the hill if it was one of my chip shots.
Yeah, you have to get that club called the Spin Doctor. It has the little grooves on it. I have one of those. It really does check up on you.
7:46 to go in this first half. Reddy's leading this one 24-0 on this Hall of Honor Saturday.
Referees are keeping it rolling.
Yeah, they are.
I guess they figure there's going to be at least, because there's one more media timeout to go.
There should be.
Oh, well, you got the 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's
it. The 2-minute timeout comes as that second media timeout.
So the Rangers will go back to work. Bernard back in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's a good carry by 𝗦𝗘𝗏 Cobbs. He's going to take it close to the 30-yard line, but he'll be stopped short at the 28, close to the first down marker, but it'll be 2nd and very manageable here for the Rangers. Good first down play there.
Devontae Roberts with the stop for the Reddies.
2nd and 2 coming up for the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma. Fumble.
Free play.
It'll be a free play, but it's going to be a loss for the Rangers. He won't get it. It was to 𝗦𝗃 Cobbs. Pass is incomplete, but they caught the Reddies off sides, it looks like. As we'll go to our referee, Brad Frisbee, to hear what's going on.
That was plain as day.
Offsides, number 99, defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Result is a first down.
So it'll be a first down for the Rangers. It looked like it was going to be big-time trouble, but it ends up being a first down for Northwestern Oklahoma as they'll bump it over to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up. 7:09 left in the first half. Rangers looking to get on the board. They're looking to get just past midfield.
Yeah, they haven't crossed midfield yet.
Bernard will take the snap. He's going to hand it off. That is again to 𝗗𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗕𝗘 as he's stopped at the 36-yard line. Good gain on first down. Will be about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Looks like 𝗗𝗕𝗦𝗧 was in there again, leading the charge for the Reddie defense, along with Yusef Gamble.
Trips to the left side for Bernard. He's going to have Cobbs in his right hip pocket. They're going to audible out of that. They're going to stay in the same formation. Bernard will take the snap. It's going to be a screen. Pass complete to Cobbs as he's going to get across the 40, close to the first down marker. Will stay in bounds. It looks like he'll be about 1.5 yards short of the line to gain. And it'll be 3rd down and short coming up for the Rangers. Coming into the game, Braxton Baker. Big 6'1", 293-pound redshirt freshman from Big Sandy, Texas.
That last play, Colby Crawford was just overreacted and went for the quarterback and then left it wide open, or they wouldn't have gained anything. Kind of over pursued.
So Bernard's going to take the snap. He's going to be close to the first down marker. I think he's
got it.
He's got it. He's got it by about 1/2 yard. But he was met before the first down line by the Reddies, but the forward progress was just enough to get him across the first down line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers at the 44. Again, still looking across midfield.
Be interesting to see the time of possession. The first quarter, the Reddies had 8:52. Northwestern Oklahoma had 6:08. But this second quarter, I think Northwestern's had the ball a little bit more.
I'd say probably about.
Defense been on the field a lot.
Yeah. Bernard will take the snap. He's going to hand it off, as that's going to be to the 47-yard line. That was Luna on the carry, as he will take it close to midfield to the 47. 2nd down coming up for the Rangers. 2nd and 7. Taking their time over here. They're not in any rush right now.
I would too. It's already 24-0, and
you don't want to make it worse.
You want to keep the Reddie defense or offense off the field. If you can just get you some first downs, run that clock.
Bernard's ready to go. He's got 2 to the top. He's going to send Kyle in motion. He's going to go to the left. Takes the snap. Handoff to Luna. Fumble on the play, and it's going to be, if he stayed in bounds, he'll say he's out.
Said it went out of bounds.
So that's actually going to be a big gain.
It has to go back to where the fumble occurred, which they're going to say it happened at the Henderson 48, so they'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
That's still a big gain on there, even though with the fumble.
And they're across midfield for the first time.
Yes, they are.
Turn to the spot of the fumble, 3rd down.
Yep. Yeah, you can't. A fumble cannot be advanced forward. Goes out of bounds.
Otherwise, you just keep doing that.
Yeah, it goes to the start. It goes to where the fumble occurred. Reddies just could not get their hands on it before it went out of bounds. Had their chances.
3rd and 2 coming up for the Rangers. There'll be trips to the left side. Bernard in the backfield. He'll have Luna with him. Bernard will take the snap, looking to throw. Throws it back over the middle, just through the hands. I believe that was Ivory Wilwright. And it'll be incomplete and 4th down. And they're going to send the punt unit out with 3:51 to go in the first half.
𝗗𝗕𝗦𝗧 was providing a lot of pressure. He had to get rid of the football quick. So they get to the 48, but that's about it. So across the midfield one time so far in this game.
So Purvis will be back to punt. Again, he is the kicker, the punter, and the kickoff specialist for the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma. Pascal back to receive for the Reddies. Snap is good. Punt's in the air. It's a spiraling punt. It's going to take a Ranger bounce inside the 5, and wow, what a perfect punt.
Beautiful.
By 𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏. You couldn't ask for a better punt. It's going to be marked at the 2-yard line.
And, you know, he was pointing for the corner. You see that at lost
Yeah.
yard, even especially in the NFL.
In the coffin corner.
The coffin corner. You know, here's the thing. Aim for the corner. Anything inside the 20 is a plus, because if you just kick it down the middle, it goes through the end zone, you're going to bring it out to 20. So
Correct.
anything inside the 20 is a plus. He gets it down to the 2. Reddy's got to go 98 yards here in 3:42. Not saying they can't do it. We've seen it done before, but it just puts the defense back. Their backs against the wall, and they got to get rid of the football quick.
That's correct. Both sides have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Edwards will take the snap. It's going to be a run up the middle for a gain of a yard. Could see through the mass of humanity who actually got the handoff. For the Reddies, it will be Dylan Jones who got the handoff, the 6-foot sophomore from Houston, Texas. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Reddies here.
I think they actually gave him 2 yards on the play.
Okay.
They're out to the 4.
Had to work real hard for that 2-yard gain. Edwards in the backfield. They're winding the clock. Edwards will take the snap, hand it off. They'll hand it once again to Dylan Jones. And a bigger gain that time. It'll be 3rd and, I believe, 4 yards coming up for the Reddies right here.
They're setting up that crossing route. You watch this. You're going to see guys come across the middle, one guy go deep. And if the offensive line can give Edwards just a little bit of time, he'll go deep. If he's got to get rid of it quickly, probably right across the middle on a crossing route. We'll see.
3 minutes to go in this first half, a minute away from the 2-minute timeout. Edwards will take the snap. He's looking. He's got all day. Now he's going to move out of the pocket, rolling to his right. The pass is going to be complete to Taylor Pascal, and he'll have enough for a first down.
Pascal did a great job coming across the middle.
Like you said.
And one thing he was, looks like he got tangled up over there, and got to keep your composure. You don't want to get a 15-yard penalty.
That's correct.
Or something to where you get, so you want to be, that's what usually what happens in those big games, like against Harding or OBU or something like. You get caught up in the momentum. Don't want to do that.
Edwards will take the snap. He had trips to the left. He's going to throw it to one of those 3 on the left side. It's complete to Maddox Davis. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 27, 28-yard line. Should be enough for a first down for the Reddies.
Yeah, coming in to make the tackle was Jaden Cervantes.
And we'll have a whistle, and this is the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
I just said that. 2-minute timeout right now. Reddy's on top 24-0. We'll take a short little break. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Arkansans have trusted the expert surgical teams at Baptist Health for more than a century. And through the years, we've excelled at surgery that puts the patient first. Heart surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, breast cancer surgery, and any surgical challenge you face. At Baptist Health, we put all our effort into perfecting one very particular type of surgery, yours. Learn more at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Henderson State University is known as the school with a heart. We lift each other up, encourage each other to reach our goals, and celebrate every win together. Because together, we're stronger. Together, we're unstoppable. Together, we're ready. Here, you don't just grow, you belong. Come see why Henderson is the school with a heart. Schedule a campus visit today.
South Central Connect believes our communities deserve more than just promises. They deserve action. That's why they're building and expanding a powerful fiber-to-the-home network that brings high-speed internet and crystal-clear digital phone service to rural areas across the region. They deliver faster internet speeds, unlimited data, and reliable support, all with no commitments. Try them risk-free and experience the difference fiber makes.
back here on the Henderson State Sports Network. We have crossed into the last 2 minutes of this first half. Edwards takes the snap. He's going to throw over the right side. The pass is complete. As that was, trying to see again, these silver numbers. That was Darius Burns making the catch. And these silver numbers, hard to see with the reflection.
Especially on the far side of the field.
Sun blaring down on us here. Again, perfect afternoon here in Henderson State.
You get it at the 40-yard line. Your own 40, still plenty of time, and you got your 3 timeouts left. Like to score before the half.
Edwards in the shotgun. He will take the snap. He's going to looking to pass all day. He's going to go deep down the left sideline, looking for Micah Green, and it's incomplete. They overthrew him by 2 or 3 yards. It'll be second down coming up.
Well, he got tangled up there with Xavier Streeter, the safety from Long Beach, California. Just got tangled up at about the 30-yard line, and I think if he would have thrown it just a little bit sooner, he may have had a defensive holding or a pass interference, because the referee started to go for his flag and then kind of hesitated.
He went. Minute 44 to go here. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Reddies. Edwards with man in his hip pocket on the left side. He's going to hand it off to Dylan Jones. He's men to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to gain 2 yards. 2nd and 3 yards, actually. So 2nd and 7 coming up as there's 90 seconds left to go in this first half of action here on this Hall of Honor Saturday.
You just want to move the sticks on this play. This is, this late in the half, I'd go for 4 down territory. By the time you snap it again.
Edwards will take the snap. He's going to throw it over the right side. Pass is complete for the first down, and the Reddies are across midfield as that was completed to Ja'Cory Williams, and we have a timeout.
Henderson State takes their first charge team timeout at the half. 60 seconds in length.
So that's the first timeout. What do you have, Troy?
Well, I mean, this is what you want. You would like to run the clock out, score, even if it's a field goal here. There hasn't been any scoring in this quarter,
No.
None whatsoever.
Well, they had the pick 6 at the start of the quarter.
Oh, yeah, okay, right at the start.
But in 14 minutes, we have not had a score.
And things have settled down a little bit. You get it. Here's what I was telling Chris Hunt, baseball pitcher, went in the Hall of Honor at the World Series. He went there. He won that first game. He gave up 3 runs in the first and 2 in the second. And Coach just calmed him down, and the Reddies came back and just blew him out. Okay. Well, I had an old coach that I worked with, 𝗬𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗕𝗘, who coached at Northeast and then LSU and stuff, and he said, you play for the ultimate 2 in the first couple innings. Don't give up more than 2 or 3 runs because adrenaline. Well, that's what happens in the beginning of the game. You get all that adrenaline. If you can get past the first 6 or 7 minutes without, something big happening against you, then that adrenaline, you get that adrenaline calmed down and you start getting into the flow of the game. And that's why you see a lot of big things happen at the beginning of the games, basketball games, and so forth. Adrenaline sets in right there at the beginning. Then you hope to start getting momentum later.
Now, out of the timeout, Henderson State will have 2 remaining here in this first half of action. Minute 12 to go here at Henderson State. 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Andrew Edwards. He'll take the snap, looking to pass. He's going to throw it over the right side. Pass is complete on the far sideline. That is Jeremiah Davis, as he'll get pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. Sit down, stand up, fight. All right, so Reddies, the clock stopped on the out of bounds, so they still got their 2 timeouts left. Get it inside the 40, you got a chance of a field goal, too.
That's exactly right. As McDonald's got the leg for it. Edwards will look to pass over the left sideline. Pass is complete. That's Micah Green. He's going to make a man miss inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5. And he got it. Touchdown, Henderson State.
You know what I liked about that? Micah took the football and covered it up because he saw the 2 defenders coming. And once he broke the plane and he hit the field, or hit the ground, the ball popped up. But he was across. And just like that, the Reddies put up another touchdown. So, it took the time for our side judge to put up. He wasn't going to leave. He was leaving everybody in a little bit of suspense there. It was like one of those slow right. You knew he crossed it. You just was waiting for him to give the.
It's like Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun. He's just waiting to see what the crowd reaction. So McDonald will attempt the extra point, a 30-piece in the first half for the Reddies, and add the extra point for good measure. 47 seconds to go in this first half of action. It's all Reddies, 31-0 in favor of the Reddies over Northwestern Oklahoma. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Chicken Express is proud to be a part of Arkadelphia and support the Henderson State Reddies. Stop in and try one of their great combo meals, from chicken tenders to fried chicken, wings, and even their fantastic catfish. Chicken Express, where they always appreciate the customer with fast, friendly service and the best quality food. Home of the legendary Chicken E-Sweet Tea. That's Chicken Express off I-30, exit 73 in Arkadelphia.
Back here at Henderson State, 31-0 in favor of the Reddies today over the Rangers. Looks like we might be close to seeing some second and third stringers here in the third and fourth quarter, but we got to get there first. We still got to get through halftime and see how the start of the third quarter goes.
Well, let me tell you, when you talk about second, third stringers down, not meaning they're not any good. They're young, a lot of them are young and stuff, and you get them that experience because they're going to be your starters and stuff in the future, but you may need them next week and down the road this year.
Never know when your number will be called. McDonald's kick's going to go through the end zone. He's had a great afternoon today. A lot of touchbacks. That's going to go into the touchdown tent presented by Bud Light over on the left side over here.
Well, and that's what I was saying this summer. These high schools play these 7-on-7s and stuff. And, some of these kids are still playing baseball, playing in the American Legion state tournaments. And these coaches want you to be at the 7. Why worry about your number one quarterback and stuff getting the 7-on-7 or your top receivers? Why not? You've got all these other players. Get them. I would rather get them the work. I mean, who cares if you win the tournament or not in 7-on-7? You want to get those younger players some. You never know when your starter's going to go down. So get them the darn experience. That's what I've always said.
So the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from the 25. They have all 3 timeouts. As Bernard will take the snap, he'll hand it off up the middle. It's going to be taken to the 29-yard line. That was to 𝗬𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. It'll be 2nd down coming up.
I think they're going to run one more play and call it locker room.
They're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything fancy.
No.
They may go for one bomb, but it's going to be one play.
They'll have to snap it one more time before this halftime intermission, where you'll have Sean Jones with you here after a short little break. Bernard shouting instructions everywhere. He'll have 2 to his right, a bunch formation. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Luna. Luna's going to run to the left side. He's going to be met by a host of Reddies. Looked like the first contact was made by number 8, Devontae Roberts.
Right. We've called his name a few times. And that's
we have. And it's going to be, I believe, a timeout on the field right now.
No, that's half.
Oh, it's halftime. So I thought I heard a first whistle. It's halftime right now. Reddies will head to the halftime locker room with a 31-0 lead. Troy, any thoughts on the first half?
I mean, you did everything you wanted. You're not looking ahead. You could put down points. You had a turnover. You've got a couple punts, but I mean, you don't want the perfect game to be today. You want it to be next week.
That's right.
So they're doing what they need to do and build this lead up. And like I say, I hope we see a bunch of other Reddies there in the second half. Not to take anything from Northwestern Oklahoma.
Correct.
A young team, and they're still trying to find themselves. But the Reddies got a little bit more experience, except on that front offensive line. And that front offensive line is getting better and better each week because they're going to have to be really good next week. But, got another half of football. You never know what happened. So, Northwestern Oklahoma will have the ball to start the second half. And
here in just a couple moments, we're going to take a short little break. We'll come back, bring stats, and then Troy's going to meet with Sean Jones here in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
For Henderson State apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent at all home football games. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.reddiebookstore.com. The Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and unwind in style at our Forbes recommended hotel. Find bliss at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa, the Astral Spa, and savor exceptional dining at the Oak Room and Bar and the Bugler, both Forbes recommended. Feel the rush of live thoroughbred racing from December 12th through May 2nd. Book your Oaklawn experience today at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Henderson Reddies. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at Henderson State University, Reddies lead 31-0 over Northwestern Oklahoma State. Pleasure to be joined at halftime by Sean Jones. Last night we had our Hall of Honor, the 28th annual Hall of Honor. Sean Jones was our athletic director here for 10 years from 2014 and 2024, and boy, did he have a major impact on Henderson State, not only athletics but the whole university. $10 million worth of facility enhancements. The Reddies won 15 GAC titles, made 23 NCAA appearances, but, you know, some of the things I really like is, boy, our student athlete enrollment, went from like mid-200s to nearly 400, and then the grade point average, really worked on academics and stuff. So much he did during some adverse times, and it was definitely great to see you. The award was deserving. Now you're at Southern Miss as a Senior Deputy AD and Chief Operating Officer, and it's great to have you, and congratulations on your induction into our Hall of Honor.
Well, thank you, Troy. It's great to see you and great to be with you. You were a big part of that. You obviously are a Hall of Honor inductee yourself, and very well deserved here at Henderson State. It was a wonderful 10 years, but it was all about the people. Surrounded ourselves with great people who cared deeply, and they in turn recruited outstanding student athletes who did a great job in the classroom, as you alluded to, and also on the fields of play. So as I said last night during the induction ceremony, I spent 10 years of my life here. When you go to a university, as you know, Troy, a proud graduate of Ohio University, you really spend 4 or 5 years. But like you, when you put 10 years of your life and longer for you into a place, it becomes your school too. And Henderson State will always be my school and a place that I care very deeply about. So it is great to be back.
And you got to visit with so many people. And what's so impressive, some of the coaches you hired during it are still here. That tells you how much they love the university and the people here. And I know you got to visit with everybody. And there were so many people you wanted to visit with. I know it was hard to keep track of everybody.
It is and was. I still, in the second half, want to go down and spend a little time with a few more folks. But you're right. In this business, it's all about surrounding yourself with good people, working really hard on their behalf, and being able to solve difficult things to help them, give them the best chance at success. As you know, Troy, coaches are all highly educated, highly motivated, type A personalities with tunnel vision, and that's what it takes to be successful. So when they have a challenge that comes to you, it's complex, or they would have already solved it. So we had a great group of coaches here, and they still do under Seth Dutton, and of course having Trey Berry here, one of the best in the country at what he does as a president and a leader. But when you surround yourself with great people, the rising tide, right, it lifts all boats, and that's what we had. And to me, I've got to start with a guy that's near and dear to both our hearts, Scott Maxfield. I don't know that anyone has ever been a better fit for a university culturally than Scott Maxfield, because of that blue-collar toughness, the work ethic. You earn everything, you do your job, execute, perform, and what was always special is once guys made it through sort of that first year or two with Max, they're Max guys for life. And so when I see Coach Maxfield down there now smiling and enjoying himself, it brings a tear to my eye. But so many others, I don't want to get into naming every coach, but as you know, we turned around baseball, and Cody Hooten's now one of the best coaches in D2 baseball, and Jimmy Ogus, what a job he does, Jill Thomas and Phil McDaniel, and the list goes on. And it also goes on to coaches that Seth has hired. Joel Worthington was softball outstanding hire, and just a great staff. You know, Troy, you have a great tree yourself of folks that have gone on in the business and represent, you know, the university and you and what you taught them. David Sally, you know, on Seth's team, certainly one of those guys. Hunter Lively, who I was texting with last night, who's out at, you know, Lubbock Christian. Just this place, to me, is special because of the people. And getting a chance to see them and getting a chance to reminisce and enjoy our time together has just been a remarkable weekend.
Well, every time you come back to something like this, the speeches that are made are just so fantastic, and you can see how emotional people get. You don't think about it until you're up there behind the podium.
You've been there, you know.
And it just shows how much Henderson has had an impact on people's lives.
Absolutely. And you know, I said that last night when I got up there and I looked out and I see, you know, my family, but I see Anita Cabe and I see Charlie Payne and, you know, gosh, Max and Jimmy Elgis and all of these people, you and everybody, Lynette and Angie and Rob, everybody that worked for us, it hit me. Like, these people are such an integral part of my life and my life story. And we went through some things together. You know, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say every day was sunshine and rainbows, brother, because you know well it was not. And it was tough. And, you know, the wolves are always at the door, so to speak, and there's always challenges in this profession. And we had some challenges at that time at the university, but because of the quality of people we had and their leadership skills, and then, to your point, the quality of the young women and men that they recruited and then are now thriving is really what probably this weekend means the most to me. For, you know, you were a part of that 2015 baseball team. You know, and I told Cody this, we can laugh about it now. We stunk the year before, man. We were not a good team and didn't have culture. But the leaders, those Bryant guys, Tadarius Hawkins, of course, and JT and Hunter Mayall, and the list goes on, AJ Cruzel, those guys all led that team from picked 9th in the league to finishing 4th in the nation, and that's unheard of. But then Tadarius Hawkins gets up there last night to represent the group and speak, and I'm just sitting there thinking, you know, what a brilliant young man, an attorney. Miranda, who played volleyball here, his wife, an attorney. They've got a beautiful family. They represent everything that we were aspiring to do every single day and giving our kids the experience. Now, they did and earned it on their own. But that's the stuff, man, as we get older, because we are, you know, and you reflect differently. That's what makes you proud. The wins are great, but when you see those young women and men up there talking about their Henderson experience and how it shaped them and seeing the success they're having now, that is why we do this.
And that 2015 team, people don't realize the adversity they went to. I mean, only playing 10 home games. We were playing on a field that was underwater most of the time. These guys started out 4-0 at Minute Maid Park in that Central Missouri Classic that they have down there, and they played 4 nationally ranked teams and beat them all. Had a little stumble, and then all of a sudden caught fire at the end. And, you know, back then they only took 48 teams. People forget. We're thinking, you know, I think we're in. We're in. We made it to the because I remember driving to Central Missouri for the softball regional, and then Hunter and I trying to race back here to get to the announcement for the baseball, and I remember driving my truck over. Max had his golf tournament. I helped him get started, and I drove over to Cary, North Carolina, and then we had all that equipment we had to bring back because we had to go on a commercial. I remember. And they said, oh, my gosh, how much money are we going to spend on this commercial? And I said, yep, put it in my truck. Let's go. But
when you're winning like that, you'll spend the money even if you're struggling. We weren't home for a month, but that was a magical time, you know, where we just caught lightning in a bottle, and those kids and those coaches got it done, not only, as you said, in baseball, but softball too, and we were on a heater, as they say at that point, and it was certainly special and certainly rewarding to celebrate it with those guys this weekend.
There's so many accomplishments you've had here at Henderson State. What do you think is your proudest accomplishment?
Oh, my gosh. You know, I would say the quality of the young women and men that we were able to recruit during a difficult time in the history of this university, selling them on the great coaching they were going to receive, the great education they were going to receive, of course, the opportunity, and then watching them handle those situations and never blink. And that's coaches and those athletes. And then getting that GPA up to 3.0 consistently as a group. As we grew the department, as you mentioned, going from, I think, about 300 athletes, 320 to about 420, because we needed to recruit more students, give more opportunity to help enrollment. And the fact that we did not wane competitively during that time, we actually got stronger, is a testament, something I'm very proud of, and something that I'll always appreciate our coaches and the student athletes that were here. But when you look at some of the programs and what we were able to do, I just have to say, the baseball program had some great success under Clyde Berry and had some years. Coach Harvey did a great job here in the Gulf South, but the program was down and there wasn't a lot of support, funding, and through all of our hard work, and mainly Cody Hootens and his team, his staff, but all of us, I think, collectively, we helped turn that program into one that is now a nationally competitive, relevant program that has the stature that it's earned as a top 30 program in the country, and that's something I'll always be very proud
Not
of.
only that, I mean, everything, the whole realm of things. Henderson State is known throughout Division II.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you always would hear Grand Valley State and them. Now, what has been accomplished, not only baseball, but football and all the other sports. And Henderson State's become a leader in so many things, and that, I think that's been
and it's going to continue to grow because Henderson State has Trey Berry as the president, who's the perfect person at the perfect time to lead this wonderful place. And Seth Dutton's fantastic. I've known Seth for years, and he's a hardworking, brilliant young AD.
He was talking about going against Glenn and Bobo.
Yeah.
That was funny last
And I'll
night.
tell you one thing about your AD now versus this AD. That dude was a great athlete. I was the worst athlete to go in that class last night, but Seth was a great baseball player and football player, two-sport athlete in college, and is a good human and a hard worker. He's got a great team. Future's very bright for this university. That excites me tremendously.
Just quickly, just tell them a little bit about your duties at Southern Miss. I know you were on a plane at 3 o'clock on Thursday night after beating Georgia Southern, flying out of Statesboro back to Hattiesburg, and then on the road yesterday driving up here.
Yeah, it's all about the connections in D2. My boss, Jeremy McLean, the athletic director at Southern Miss, is one of the best. He was a great pitcher at Delta State, started out as an AD at Delta State. From Holcomb, Mississippi, he's a small-town, small college guy like me, has earned it, a grinder, and we've surrounded ourselves with folks of that similar ilk. And so as the senior deputy AD, chief operating officer, I'm the number 2 guy, second in command. So I joke I'm the chief problem solver. The skunks get dumped on my desk.
They have the problem.
Troy, you'll appreciate this. Like when you're the AD, sometimes you got to be the bad guy, and you've got to kind of play it down the middle. I get to be the good guy most of the time that people want to talk through their issues with, and then I sort of vet that and bring it to Jeremy as needed. But I'm the sport administrator for football, men's basketball, men's, women's golf. I'm over major gifts, equipment, facilities, operations, compliance, athletic training. I've got about 110 folks that are under me. Really excited about what we're doing in football. We hired Charles Huff as our head coach, got him from Marshall. They won our league last year. I got to be part of what is now, whether you like it or not, modern college football at the Division I level. We have 85 new players. We have 11 guys off last year's team that finished 1-11. We're 4-2. We've got a chance to be really successful. We've had a lot of folks invest in the program and had a chance to help him. So it's never the same every day, but it's been rewarding. And I'll be candid, I love my experience at Henderson State, loved my experience at Central Missouri. Wouldn't trade it, like you, Troy, working at all levels as you did during your career. But it's fun to be at the FBS level 2 for me after many years to get to be the number 2 guy and get in that competitive environment.
I want to pass one thing by you. Last year I was driving to Grambling to work volleyball on a Sunday morning, got on Barrett Salih's show, and how we have the playoffs, the Division I playoffs, and they take the top team from the group of 5. And I pitched, let's take the other 4 conference champions, take the Independence Bowl, some of the old bowls, and play 2 semifinals and a national championship with the remaining 4, because those kids will never really get to play for a national championship. I talked to David Warlock, says, put it under. Well, I don't see why not. I even sent an email to several of the conference commissioners and say, put that in the realm of things.
You're on to something. There's been a lot of talk about that. Matter of fact, got to think, the guy, help me a minute here, Derek Dooley, whose dad, was the head coach at Georgia, and Derek was the head coach at Tennessee, Louisiana Tech.
Right.
He sort of started a group of people talking about should we have an FBS playoff for group of 5? And I think it would work as long as the first rounds around are the traditional bowl games.
Yeah,
because and you've been there, our fans, as we're setting 4 and 2 and those bowl projections are coming out, and they change every week, but it's fun. Our fans are starting to talk about maybe we're going to go to the New Orleans Bowl if we keep winning. Maybe we're going to go to the Independence Bowl. Maybe we're going to go to the Cure Bowl. And that is a destination for those. You spent time at ULM. Coach Vincent's doing a phenomenal job there. That fan base, if we can get to 6-7 wins, we can have a chance to be in one of those bowls. You don't want to lose that, but if it's kind of like they've done at the Power 4 level, if you bake that in, it could happen. You never know. Everything's on the table right now.
We talked about you've got 4s like Independence Bowl celebrating their 49th year, and you've got 3 old bowls. Okay, use those 3, rotate them. 2 of them are hosting the semifinal, one's hoping the national championship, and rotate them every year. Yeah. And I think that would, first of all, that would keep kids more wanting to play in it. You wanting to play in it. It'd keep more interest in it, and it would keep those older bowls, alive that have created so much tradition and everything. And I think it'd be a great. And I'm not saying play a 12 team, but like a champions.
Southern Miss, great tradition of knocking off giants. And we're still doing that in baseball, and we played a competitive game against Mississippi State this year, but it's changed so much. I don't know exactly what Mississippi State's payroll was this year. Somewhere between $20 and $35 million. And at Southern Miss, we're paying our players, but we're not paying anything like that. To me, it's more like a stipend that they deserve.
Like Arkansas State and the Tulanes and the Mid-American Conference.
It's just hard. You look out there against Mississippi State.
You don't have the same resources.
They've got every lineman 6'7", 325 with quick feet and twitch, and I can't even. And we're a good team, but I couldn't even see our guys behind them as I'm in the end zone watching because those guys are making $1 million each to play tackle and guard. Good for them. But it's just there is a change. One thing, though, I will say for us at Southern Miss, and I learned this at Henderson State, right? I don't care what they're paying them. We're going to line up and give them heck every week, and we'll take our chances. And, we hosted a regional in baseball, beat Alabama, beat a couple real good teams. We lost to Miami in the regional final, but game could have gone either way. So we can still compete. It's just harder, just because of the depth and the fact that you're not paying players. It's a difference. And that's one of the remarkable things about this level in Henderson State is the purity of it and the fact you got these young men out there representing this university, hopefully still continuing to do that for 3, 4, 5 years, because that's one of the things we have lost, when they transfer so much. But it's great to be back. It's great to be watching these guys on the field. It's great to be up here up 31-0 at half. And I wanted to say quickly, Troy, I appreciate what you guys do because I don't care where we're at in the country. I've got if we're playing at the same time, the Reddie game's on my phone and I'm watching, and I really appreciate what y'all do to be able to bring that to all of us Reddie fans around the country.
It was great to have you. Great to see you again.
You too, brother. Great to see you, Troy.
The honor was truly deserved, and what you've done for this university is unmatched, and it's so appreciated. And I think everybody last night, when they introduced you and gave you that standing ovation, knows how much you've meant to this university.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Troy. It means a lot. I just wanted to make sure that everybody, I wanted to use the moment to thank you and all the staff and the coaches and my family and all the supporters, because that's what it's about. When you're an AD, you're the smallest part of it. It's about who you've got around you. And I was blessed here at Henderson and blessed in my life with my family to be surrounded by remarkable people. So thank you.
All right, that's Sean Jones. We're going to take a timeout, come back with the second half. Henderson State on top 31-0. Take a timeout here on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Chicken Express is proud to be a part of Arkadelphia and support the Henderson State Reddies. Stop in and try one of their great combo meals, from chicken tenders to fried chicken, wings, and even their fantastic catfish. Chicken Express, where they always appreciate the customer with fast, friendly service and the best quality food. Home of the legendary Chicken E-Sweet Tea. That's Chicken Express off I-30, exit 73 in Arkadelphia.
For Henderson State apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent at all home football games. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.reddiebookstore.com. The Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. We're about a minute away from starting the second half. You got any quick stats for us, Troy? I know the main stat, 31-0, Reddie's on top.
Well, let's just look at that little total offense. Henderson State, 33 plays for 274 yards of offense. Northwestern Oklahoma, 29 plays for 63 yards of offense. Henderson State, both the time of possession is even. Henderson State 3 of 6 on third downs, while Northwestern Oklahoma 1 of 7. Quickly individually for Henderson State, rushing Dylan Jones 5 carries for 39 yards, Edwards 4 carries for 21 yards, Andrew Edwards 12 of 19, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Receiving Micah Green 3 catches for 106 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Give him one more, he may get Offensive Player of the Week. Maddox Davis, 3 catches for 36 yards for Northwestern Oklahoma. Cobbs rushed the ball 6 times for 27 yards. Bernard passing 4-12, 2 interceptions for 37 yards. The top target was Isaiah Taylor, 2 catches for 18 yards. Defensively, 𝗏𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗏 leads Henderson State with 4 tackles, including a sack. Jordan Owens had 3 tackles for Northwestern Oklahoma. Rock Showmaker, 5 tackles. Lorenzo York Jr. with 3.
Ready to get things rolling here in the second half. Henderson State will kick off. They elected to defer. This looks like it's going to be another touchback for Ryan McDonald, and the Rangers will take over 1st and 10. Rangers looking to get on the scoreboard here.
Yeah. Really appreciate Sean Jones stopping by. He had a lot of people to visit.
That was such a good interview.
What he did, people just don't realize. I mean, he went through, the time where COVID, when the university was in financial distress and everything, and was able to keep those employees and everything and help push everything forward. We got a great president. I mean, he did so much for this university. I mean, this field, the baseball field, so all the facilities are phenomenal, and that's because of him.
So Bernard will take the snap. He tried to get it down into the flats to 𝗏𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 back here in the booth just listening to the interview, just how much he's meant to this university.
And people like that only come around every so often, you know. And he came from a great university in central Missouri that had a lot of resources. As, you know, Jim Crane, who was general manager stuff at the Houston Astros and all that. And that's why Central Missouri has that tournament every year.
So Bernard will take the snap. He's going to dump it off into the flat behind him to 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏. It'll be a good rush for Cobbs as he'll get across the 40-yard line to the 45. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers coming up here.
But he did have a vision of, okay, we got to get better facilities for these athletes if we want to recruit some of the better athletes. And, you know, that 2015 run enabled us to get turf for baseball and softball and renovate both facilities. And not to mention some of the other things,
yes.
The Wells Center, the auditorium, the academic center, so much.
Burrell will take the snap. He's going to throw it into the flat. Pass complete to Cobbs. He's going to get tripped up at the 37-yard line. That was, who was in on that? That was Paul Manning tripping it up there. It'll be 3rd and 9 coming up for the Rangers right now.
And by doing that, that attracts some of the good coaches and attracts athletes and stuff, seeing that you're trying to make progress.
You're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, you're moving in, and what that does creates winning and creates support from the university. And when you're in a town with 2 universities, that's pretty tough to compete.
Yes. Got to keep up with the Joneses as they're going to hand it off to Cobbs once again. Be across the 40-yard line to the 42, maybe the 43. He'll be way short of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and I believe 6 coming up.
Especially in a community with like 11 or 12,000.
Yeah.
And like you go up to Springfield and you have all those, you got a bunch of universities, but you got a bigger
Correct.
population and so forth. So even Hattiesburg, they got 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗬𝗓 at Division I and Division III.
Bernard took the snap. He's in trouble. He's going to throw it out of bounds. It'll be 4th down.
He was getting a lot of pressure. 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗬𝗓𝗦𝗬𝗓 had a lot of pressure on him.
So 4th and 5 coming up. They'll officially call it 5, so the Rangers will be forced to punt once again.
And he mentioned last night he met his wife here, Jessica here.
Yeah.
And that was, I know that was pretty special. That tells you how special of a place
So,
this is.
they always say the most romantic place on earth, right here in Arkadelphia.
So, but it was great catching up with him.
Purvis gets the snap. The Reddies only rush 3, so it's going to be returned by Pascal. Pascal's going to be out to the near sideline. The 40-45 is going to be finally met. That was Kaysen Olson who's going to stop him there.
Nice return.
Says Kaysen Olson is actually a quarterback on this roster. He's on the punt team for the Rangers. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Reddies from the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to work with him for 8 years, and I know some of those struggles that we went through and stuff. And
anyone you work in athletics, they understand what.
Especially when your staffs are about 20% of the size of a D1 staff.
Correct.
You have more hats in the closet than a hat shop.
So it was a direct snap, not to Edwards. They snapped it right to Caden Davis. Davis faked the handoff to Edwards. Little trickeration there to start off the second half.
I figure if the Reddies score here, this might, maybe 1 or 2 possessions before we start seeing a lot of new guys.
I think you're right, Troy. Now Edwards will get behind center now. Have 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He'll have a man in his hip pocket to the left of him. As he'll take the snap, he's looking to pass, going to throw it back over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Was intended for Travion Colbert. It'll be 2nd down.
Just a little bit behind him.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Reddies. Up 31-0 here. 12-13 left in the 3rd quarter. A couple of those games in the GAC probably just kicked off right now, didn't they, Troy?
Yeah, they're kicking off at 2 o'clock or so. So we'll get you some scores here, probably
couple
halftime
moments.
Scores here in a little bit.
Edwards took the snap. He had trips to the right. He handed it off to O'Donnell as they'll stop his forward progress at the 28. We'll have a flag on the field.
Looks like Pittsburgh's going to beat Florida State 34-31.
It's kind of eyeballing that score.
And I got 19 seconds left there. Ohio State in control.
Ugh.
Illinois is at Ohio State 25, but there's only a minute 30 left, 34-16.
See what Brad Frisbee has to say about this one. Couldn't tell.
Personal number 97 of the defense participating without a helmet.
Okay.
Distance to the goal, automatic, 1st down.
So when you lose your helmet in college and in the pros, you have to just immediately stop. You can't hardly do anything other than stand there. If you do, it'll be a penalty. That's a big safety penalty they added in. I think it was about 7 or 8 years ago, I think. I mean, you'd see all the time, 80s and 90s, dudes lose their helmets, they go make a tackle, they run for another 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Reddies, just inside the 15. They're in the red zone. Edwards will take the snap looking. He's going to throw to his left. He's going to have a man in the back end of the end zone. It was Colbert, but it goes right through his hands. It was knocked away. That was Zade Walker in coverage. It'll be 2nd down coming.
Alabama holds on to beat Missouri 27-24. That was a good one. UCLA crushes Michigan State 38-13.
They're on a hot streak since they made that coaching change. Everything not as bad as we thought.
SMU winners again, 34-10. A lot of people from Arkansas will be looking at that SMU.
Well, mainly the coach over there.
Yeah.
Edwards will be in the backfield, trips to his left, one man isolated at the top. Edwards will take the snap. He'll hand it, or actually he'll keep it, tuck it and run to the 10-5. Touchdown, Reddies. A good job by Andrew Edwards using his legs. Takes it to the end zone, and the Reddies are up 37-0.
We knew Edwards gets his touchdown rushing, so he's accounted for 3 touchdowns today.
McDonald on to attempt the extra point. Weisner's snap is good, Baker's hold is good, and McDonald's kick is good. 11:40 to go within the third quarter. It's all Reddies here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Reddies lead it 38-0.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and unwind in style at our Forbes recommended hotel. Find bliss at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa, the Astral Spa, and savor exceptional dining at the Oak Room and Bar and the Bugler, both Forbes recommended. Feel the rush of live thoroughbred racing from December 12th through May 2nd. Book your Oaklawn experience today at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Henderson Reddies. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium at Geo Services Field, a Chamber of Commerce afternoon, an 83-degree afternoon, a perfect afternoon for football. 38-0 in favor of Henderson State. It's been all Reddies, Troy.
Yeah, Henderson State just controlling this game from the start. A couple little mistakes, but you can imagine that. A second quarter score from Bethany, Oklahoma, 6 minutes to play. Ouachita 7, Southern Nazarene 7.
Remember last year, Southern Nazarene, after after Ouachita defeated Harding last year, Southern Nazarene pulled off one of the biggest upsets, probably in one of the biggest upsets in the history of college football, you'd say?
I would say at least in the GAC anyway. There's been some, but yeah, that was a stunner.
That was right across the road over here.
Yep, that was on their home field. That was a Thursday night game.
I remember watching that. I'm like, surely they'll pull away. Yeah, and they were just like, man, that time's ticking away pretty quick.
That opened the door for a lot of for Harding and a lot of other teams and Henderson and those, just to see what's going to happen.
Well, our Angels will go back to work here, trailing 38-0. They'll need to mount one of the biggest comebacks in NCAA history. They want to get back into this one, as Bernard will take the handoff. He'll hand it off up the middle. It'll be a gain of 3 yards.
Same score midway through the second quarter. Arkansas Monticello is over in Shawnee at Oklahoma Baptist. It's 7-7 in that game.
Luna took that last snap. It was a gain of 3 yards. 11:15 to go in this third quarter. Bernard will be in the backfield. They'll send him Luna in motion. Doubles to his right. Bernard will take the snap. He's going to throw over to the right side. The pass is complete to Royal Kyle, as he'll be pushed out of bounds by number 28 of the Reddies, Terrence Hampton. That'll be a first down for the Rangers coming up.
How about this one?
What you got?
9 minutes to play in the second quarter. East Central shutting out Arkansas Tech 13-0.
Wow,
I didn't expect that one.
No, I thought that'd be a good game. I wasn't expecting the score to be like that.
It's still early. I
mean,
they're all midway through the second quarter. We'll be out of here, be able to listen to the second half of those games.
Bernard will take the snap. There's a penalty marker on the field. I think they caught the Reddies off sides.
once again, we want to wish Coach Scott Maxfield a happy birthday today. And like Sean said, he's here with a couple of his former players that are inducted in the Hall of Honor.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men in motion at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So that's different than what I thought. I thought they caught the Reddies offsides there, but they did have 2 men in motion there, so it'll be a penalty against the Rangers. Make it 1st and 15. As interesting formation, they'll have 3 in a line at the top. As Bernard will take the snap, it's going to be a screen. I think that was coming the whole way, as that was to Wheelwright.
He lost a yard.
Actually, yeah, he actually lost a yard. 2nd and 16 coming up, but just the way that formation looked, you kind of had to guess that they were going to throw a screen over there.
Yeah, and Dylan, it looked like it was a backward pass. If he would have dropped it, that could have been recorded.
That could have been
fumble.
fun.
Yeah, that could have been a fumble because it looked like it went backwards.
It's awful close. We're offset a little bit.
Let's see what the official stats, because if it's a backwards, you consider that a rush.
That is correct. So Bernard will have trips to the right, 1 man isolated at the top on the far boundary. Bernard will take the snap, going to look to throw over to the right side. He's got a man, pass is complete. What a tough catch by number 6, Ivory Wheelwright, for the first down right there. That defense was halfway decent right there. It was a great play.
Yeah, Joseph Brock's on there defensively for the Reddies, and second time that Northwestern Oklahoma into Reddie territory today.
They are at the 47-yard line. Still a ways to go before they get to the red zone.
They haven't crossed the 40.
No.
We'll see if they can do that on this drive.
We're trying to jinx it, though.
There's another shuffle pass.
I'll give that off to Isaiah Taylor. And he'll actually
lose yardage.
Yeah, he'll lose 1.5 yards, it looks like. So
the Reddie defense strung that out. Trying to see.
They did a good job on the contain over there, so it'll be 2nd and 12 coming up for the Rangers.
I believe Paul Manning ended up making the tackle, finishing it off over on the far side.
Bernard ready to go, trips to the right. He will take the snap. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. Throws it to his right. Pass is complete, but he's met by number 5, Leo Morris, laying the boom down on that one. So he does gain 3 yards, but it does come at a price.
Now the original line of scrimmage. So he lowered the boom, and now it's 3rd and 10. So another 3rd and long for Northwestern Oklahoma. They were, like we said, they were 1 of 7 on 3rd down conversions in the first half.
3rd down and 10 coming up for the Rangers right now. Again, the only winless team in the GAC entering today's action. Bernard will take the snap, looking to throw all the way. He's going to be moved, and he's going to be brought down and sacked. That was big, number 34, Gerard Collada in there on the tackle. And that's a big loss for the Rangers, and they'll be forced to punt.
Yeah, Collada did the cleanup work. I think we had, I'm trying to see. There was an initial hit.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was. Again, it was the silver numbers got me.
Was it Ryan Hampton, the linebacker?
I think it was Ryan Hampton. I believe it was, as this punt is away by Cale Purvis, the everyman for this special teams, as it's fair caught at the 13-yard line.
Out on the field.
And it'll be the media timeout right here. We'll take a short little break. 6:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Reddies lead this one 38-0. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby. The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Fruitopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. 6:45 to go here. It's been all Reddies in this one, 38-0. You know, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast you don't really want to look ahead to next week, and you're worried that the Reddies would do that, but it looks like they haven't done that today.
No, they may play the full 3 quarters with the starting unit and go the fourth quarter, turn it over to the next group. There's a shovel pass.
So shovel pass right now as they'll make a man miss, goes to the spin move. That's number 20, Jordan Bear, not 20, excuse me.
It was Zachary, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So it'll be another first down for the Reddies.
So the Reddies just keep moving the ball, move the clock. Don't have to do anything fancy.
No.
It's just play typical, smash mouth football.
Edwards will take the snap. We'll give it to Jeremiah Davis. Another Reddie loses his helmet. Penalty marker on the field.
If he's calling him, he didn't continue to play.
No, he was walking toward the sideline.
So why is there a flag? Unless there was a hold by somebody else. Or maybe he ripped his helmet off.
I guess we'll find out. We have a Ranger down.
Personal foul, illegal use of hands to the face, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
That's what
number 58 can remain in the game. The foul due to the helmet.
Yeah, that's what I thought because he came out. Cooper Furman came out and he was ticked off and he goes, "I didn't do anything. He hit it," and they got the flag. So we got immediate timeout
for an injury.
They have an injury timeout right here. And they do have a Ranger down, but that is a big thing. If you lose your helmet just in normal progress of play, you have to come out for a play. But if it's a personal foul that makes you lose your helmet, then you get to come back in. So that's a good additional rule. I think they have that when they put that rule in, they didn't add that little bit to it. So you'd see face masks everywhere. It's like, well, I'll get him out for one play. And
every time you have a new rule, you don't think about some of the others, and then it adds 3 more rules to the end of it. You know what I mean?
You don't think about how creative teams will get.
You change the game here. Oh, wait a minute. We need to add this and this and this in case this happens. And what happens is these sports information directors and stuff doing stats and all this stuff say, hey, guys, you got this. What do you? Oh, yeah, we got to go back and think about that. I think, and sometimes the rules committee meets just to meet. Hey, we got to figure out a rule.
Just for fun.
Well, we got to figure out a new rule to make this year to justify us being here together.
So the Ranger that was down was Marquez McGrew. They got him over to the sideline. Edwards back at quarterback. He'll fake the handoff. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. He's in pursuit. Pass is complete over to Caden Davis. He's going to get positive yardage, be down about the close to the 45, will be called at the 44 to be second down and 8.
Davis was doing some blocking back there, and he saw that Edwards was in a little bit of trouble, so he kind of broke free. They let Edwards try to get rid of it and at least get some plus yardage on it.
Second and 8 coming up for the Reddies, 38-0. Reddies in the lead right now. Edwards will take the snap, fake the handoff. It's going to be a screen to the bottom. Ja'Kalen Zachary going to make a couple men miss. He's going to get close to midfield, but he'll be called down at the 49. Maybe they'll give him the 50. They will give him the 50, so it'll be third down and short coming up for the Reddies.
Boy, Zachary looked like he slipped at about the 45, and it looked like it was kind of awkward. Not that, he maybe did something, could have tore something there, but it was nice to see him just keep on moving because it kind of scared me because you see that, you lose your footing and awkward. It looks awkward at that time. Don't need anybody injured here.
Edwards will take the snap, looking to throw, throws it over to the right side as pass will be incomplete. It was caught at first, but then it was fumbled around and it fell to the ground, so it'll be fourth and short right here. We'll see what the Reddies decide to do. Edwards is begging the sideline to let him go for it.
Yeah, he let him go for it, 2 yards. I mean,
you're in kind of no man's land. I think they're going to like to punt.
Well, here's the other thing is, you're up 38-0.
That's true.
4:40. let's get some work for the punter. Maybe, try to get him to do our coffin corner or something. You want to make sure he gets some work in too. So see if he can, put it in the corner or whatever. Because you don't want to fake punt here. You don't want to do something that you don't need to do that. Let's just see if you can get it inside the 10.
Colin Thomas back to receive for the Rangers. This is a good spiraling punt. It's going to hit right at the 1 and go through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. With 4:34 left in the third quarter, the Rangers will take over 1st and 10 from the 25.
And I don't think that's what he wanted to do, because Axel kind of looked up and said, no, I didn't. He kicked it right down the middle, and I think he was trying to angle, and he just miskicked it. And I think he's a little bit disappointed, because I know he was going for that corner.
So the Rangers will take over 1st and 10 from the 20, Here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium at Geosurfaces Field. A Hall of Honor Saturday today. Great job honoring all of our Hall of Honor inductees today. It's just a great day to be a Reddie. Yeah. Bernard back at quarterback. He'll take the snap, hand off to Luna. Luna's going to be wrestled down by a host of Reddies. I think the first contact was made by Harris Batey, a big defensive lineman from Caddo Mills, Texas. As a gain of 2 yards, that'll be 2nd down for the Rangers.
On this sideline, the Reddies just want to keep that clock rolling.
I'm starting to think both sides want that clock to roll a little bit.
38-0 late in the third quarter. I haven't seen comebacks like that before.
Let's not jinx it. Snap, he'll take it to Luna, as he might have got a yard if he's lucky, and they will give him a yard. So it'll be 3rd and long coming up. It'll be a 3rd down and 8 for the Rangers here with 3:40 to go in the third quarter.
There's freshman Harris Batey.
Back-to-back plays.
Back-to-back plays on there. Getting a little action.
They have a lot of second stringers out there. Darion Burns was out there on the tackle as well in that previous play.
Yeah, let's start getting some of these young guys in there. You like to see that.
First team offense looks like still out there for the Rangers right now, and why not? Bernard's going to take the snaps, going to roll to his right. Now he's in some trouble. There's Batey again. Laying the wood. It's going to be 4th down for the Rangers right there. He's been everywhere on this drive.
Well, this is Batey's drive. There's one more guy I want to give credit to. It helped on the play. If I can, once he turns it, so I can get that. Those silver numbers. Just, okay. Yeah. Well.
So the Rangers will be forced to punt again. What do you have for us, Troy?
It said 58, but that's Cooper Furman. It was in on, and he's offensive lines. I don't know. Maybe he was in there on defense. He kind of helped with that play.
Well, this punt's going to take a fairly decent bounce. It's just going to die at where it hit at the 47. They'll say it got marked at the 48, down at the 48. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Reddies in pretty good field position.
Oh, maybe that was Matthew Gainey, 38. Matthew Gainey, okay, helped on that play with Batey. So, yeah.
Deuce is wild. 2:22 left to go in this third quarter of action. The Reddies, I believe, unless anything crazy happens, which, you never know, look like they're going to move to 5-1 this year.
Well, it looks like Ledbetter's loosening up here on the sideline. This probably be the last series for Edwards.
Well, Ledbetter's on the field right now.
Oh, yeah, he
as
is.
he gives the handoff to Dylan Jones. So
I saw the wrong number.
Austin Ledbetter, a 6'1 senior from Bryant, Arkansas. He's a highly touted recruit when he was in high school. I remember that. So Ledbetter in at quarterback. 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Ledbetter. He'll take the snap, look at a throw. Looking, is going to throw it. It's just a screen pass to Dylan Jones. He's going to take it close to the first down marker. He's pushed out at the 40-yard line. That was by Jaden Cervantes. And it'll be a 3rd down and short.
Good job by Ledbetter. You know, he was getting a lot of rush, a lot of pressure. He got it to his receiver right there, get positive yardage. 3rd down and 1.
So you still have McDonald warming up down on the Ready sideline. They are close to his range.
Yeah, this is where this 4th down territory.
Yeah.
Let the offense do it. They're running the clock all the way down inside 10 seconds on the play clock. And take as much time as they can.
Ledbetter ready to go. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He'll take the snap, looking to pass, throws it back over the middle. The pass is complete to number 3, 𝗏𝗏📬 𝗏𝗏📬. He's going to make a man miss to the 20, the 15, the 10.
Block.
5, touchdown, Henderson State.
A block there on the end.
A great job by 𝗏𝗏📬 𝗏𝗏📬 after the pass from Austin Ledbetter, and the Reddies are pouring it on.
That's a great job. I tell you what happened there. Andres Griffin was a receiver. He turned around and made a block at about the 8-yard line that freed him into the end zone. That is a great receiver, knowing where you're at and what you need to do, and sprung him free for the touchdown.
McDonald's extra point is good, so it's a 45-piece for the Reddies. We'll take a short little break. This is Henderson State Sports on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Java Primo, where amazing coffee is just the beginning. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia, on Central Avenue in Hot Springs, and on the Square in Magnolia. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, gifts, or desserts, Java Primo has something amazing for everyone. Shop for gifts and gift cards for your favorite Ready online 24/7 at javaprimo.com.
It's all Reddies here in the 3rd quarter, 45-0, Henderson State in the lead. That was 𝗏𝗏📬 𝗏𝗏📬 on that last touchdown.
Yeah, and Griffin saw Colbert coming. He could have easily had 15. He turned around and got the block, created the opening along the sideline, and those two got together, gave a high five. It's like, can you give an assist for the touchdown? Because that was a great job by him to free him for the touchdown.
So McDonald's kick is away through the end zone. You know, we were talking earlier about Cale Purvis needs some ice for that leg. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan McDonald might be right behind him in the ice tub.
Yeah, it's going to see. We may even see some even a backup kicker here in the 4th quarter. See somebody else, because you get hurt. In a game, they happen. Somebody rushes a kicker or something like that and hurts them. You never know. So you're up 45-0 going into the 4th quarter. I get as many backups as you can in, so nobody gets really hurt, but gets them that experience. And the thing about the other side, we'll call out after this play.
So Bernard back in at quarterback for the Rangers. He'll take the snap, hand it off to number 1. That is 𝗏𝗏📬 𝗏𝗏📬. Gain of 2 yards, be 2nd down.
Yeah, GAC rules, Division II rules, you can only travel so many. So you're going to, it's hard to put too many backups in. So you're going to have their starters and so forth are going to play a lot in most of the rest of the game. You'll see a couple backups in, but it's hard when you're limited to only I believe it's a 55-man travel squad.
Gosh, doesn't seem like a lot.
Now, D1's 85.
Yes. Ryan McDonald is the kicker for Henderson State. His backup is punter Axel Robertson, and they vice versa. McDonald is Robertson's backup as they'll hand it off. That is to Cobbs once again. He's making a couple man's miss, looking like, remember Cedric Cobbs who played for the Hogs? It looked like him. Taking bodies with him. Be a 1st down right here at the 36-yard line.
And that's the end of the quarter.
That will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter to go, 15 minutes from home here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. The Reddies lead this one 45-0. We'll be back in just a moment with the 4th quarter here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Java Primo, where amazing coffee is just the beginning. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia, on Central Avenue in Hot Springs, and on the Square in Magnolia. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, gifts, or desserts, Java Primo has something amazing for everyone. Shop for gifts and gift cards for your favorite Reddie online 24/7 at javaprimo.com. Hostess is proudly creating job opportunities here in Clark County. Enjoy the sweet life and apply to join the Hostess team. The Arkadelphia Bakery is currently hiring for both salary and hourly positions. And while you're at it, go ahead and give one of their Twinkies, donuts, or jumbo honey buns a try. Your sweet tooth will be glad you did. Hostess, a proud supporter of the Henderson State Reddies.
"15 minutes from home here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium. Reddies on the high side, 45-0. Just got the stats from first 3 quarters. Anything stick out, Troy?
Well, just the total offense. Both teams have ran 47 plays. Henderson 384 yards of offense. Northwest Oklahoma 115.
As they might have had a big play there. It was 𝗏𝗏𝗏 taking the snap, trying to get it to Cobbs, and he had a lot of green grass in front of him. But it might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, coming up.
How about Axel Robinson averaging 51 yards per punt? 3 punts for 151 yards. 153.
Is that good?
That's pretty darn good.
2nd and 10 here from just to the left of the 35. We'll call it the 36-yard line. 14:56 to go. A lot of the second and third teamers in for the Reddies. First team offense still out there for Northwestern Oklahoma. Bernard will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Cobbs once again, making a couple men miss. He's going to drag a Reddie with him across the 55 to the 46. He'll have enough for the first down.
Yeah, you're going to move the ball a little bit. A lot of new guys in there.
So 1st and 10 coming up for the Rangers.
See if the Reddie defense can stiffen here.
Time ticking away, about 14 minutes left to go. Be a man in motion, 2 at the top for Bernard, man in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff to Cobb. Now he's going to throw it back to Cobb.
Good play.
Good screen pass along the near sideline. He's going to make a couple men miss. He's inside the 30, down almost into the red zone. It'll be the first time, if they can get a couple more yards, that the Rangers will have entered the red zone today.
Furthest penetration of the day to the 22. They had everybody fooled, and wide open that screen here on the near side.
They faked one way, went the other way. 13:40 to go. Rangers marching down the field as the Reddies making a substitution, trying to get him off the field. They will. Be Jax Bernard still at quarterback. He's going to have a man to his right. He's going to have Quads over to the right. It's unbalanced formation. They'll hand it off to Luna as he will not gain anything. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
And 𝗏𝗏𝗏 again on the tackle for the Reddies. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Harris 𝗏𝗏𝗏 from Caddo Mills, Texas, 6'2", 245 freshman. He's had a pretty good second half.
Yeah.
We called his name a lot.
He's had a pretty good game, period.
Mm-hmm.
A couple tackles for a loss, a sack. He's probably got 5 tackles by now. He's playing well.
2nd and 10 now for the Rangers. Bernard will take the snap. He's going to throw over to the right side. The pass will be complete. That is Ivory Wheelwright making guys miss left and right. He did a lot there for that 3-yard gain. There'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up.
And several Reddies in on a stop, including 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay,
Check it, 3rd down and 8.
Slow to get up, but he's up on his feet. And now it's 3rd and 8, like you said.
That is, those big guys take a little bit to get up, so. I should know, I'm also a big guy. 3rd and 8 coming up here. Shotgun formation, Jax Bernard. Waiting the snap, he's going to have a man to the right. Bernard will take the snap. Cobbs was to his right. He's going to roll to his right. And he is sacked. That was number 56, James Sneed, a redshirt sophomore out of Heber Springs, Arkansas, in on the sack, and it will be 4th down for the Rangers, and it looks like they're going to try a field goal here.
I tell you, these young guys got that moment, that what we called that adrenaline, and so it's going to be what?
This will be a 45-yard field goal for Cale Purvis, sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Purvis' kick is up. It's on the way. It's got the distance. It is no good. He missed it wide to the left. So the shutout is intact for the Reddies, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
Wow, and that looks like we're going to be
Media timeout on the field.
So that'll take us to our first timeout here in the 4th quarter. We'll still have the 2-minute timeout here later on. We'll take a short little break. We'll bring you more action here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddie Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that Reddie spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Troy, you got some scores for us.
A low-scoring day around the GAC. A couple halftime scores. Oklahoma Baptist and Arkansas Monticello tied up at 7 apiece over there in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and Bethany, Oklahoma at halftime. Ouachita 7, Southern Naz 7. Second quarter in Magnolia, 12:56 to play. Southern Arkansas 7, Southwestern Oklahoma 3. And at halftime in Ada, East Central 23, Arkansas Tech 7.
A lot of interesting scores there.
Low scoring today.
Not over here.
Nope.
The highest scoring game in the conference today. So Ledbetter will go back to work, and the Reddies offense. I think he's going to have the keys of the car the rest of the way here, as Ledbetter will hand it off. It's going to be up the middle.
We're going to see a lot of new offensive linemen in there. Looks like some guys warming up on the sideline, the new center.
That was Chris Ganaway on the carry. Snap is taken by Ledbetter. He'll throw it into the flat. Pass is complete down to the 35-yard line. Oh, this big mass of humanity about the 40. There's a penalty marker on the field. I think there'll be some unnecessary roughness over there.
Yep.
A lot of action after the play.
So
took out the ball boy down there.
It's going to be 15 on someone.
Tell you what, it was a big tumble on the sideline by the ball boy. Went head first to the ground. He popped right back up. So they're...
It'll be from the end of the run.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 27 of the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's Nassim Rhodes-Nelson from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania on the penalty there. So it puts the Reddies right at midfield, 1st and 10.
You know, Ledbetter would love to score a touchdown.
I think we'd all love if we scored a touchdown here. So Ledbetter will have Ganaway to his left. 2 on each side. They're stacked. One in front of the other. They're going to send Ganaway in motion. Ledbetter will take the snap. Bobbled the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to go deep. Right down the middle of the field. Chris Ganaway's got it. Inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Reddies. What a great pass and catch there on a fumbled around snap that Ledbetter had to catch in the air after he tipped it. It looked like it was going to be a bad play. Ended up being one of the bigger plays of the game, Troy.
Yeah, Ledbetter put it almost underthrew it, but it got it right to him, and he was the only one to get it, and he did a great job in hauling it in, and the Reddies dealing here at the 5.
So Ledbetter has the Reddies back in the red zone. They'll hand it off to Ganaway, and he's going to get in the end zone, but there's a penalty marker. It looks like it'll be holding, if I had to guess.
Yep, that's the symbol. That's the signal.
Holding, number 44, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
They're going to get Colby Hall from Houston, Texas, a 6'1 freshman. A lot of freshmen out there, so just freshman mistake.
Yeah, you're going to see that. These guys are amped up, getting there, playing a little, like we said, a little adrenaline, and he wanted to free it up and just got a little bit too much hands in the wrong place. So get to 15 yards, or 10 yards from the spot.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 15 now. They'll replay the down. Ledbetter will have Ganaway in the backfield with him. He'll have trips to the right. One man isolated at the top of your screen. So he'll take the snap. Ledbetter's going to take it, bout back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Time ticking away, under 9 minutes to go here in the ball game. It's been all Reddies this afternoon on this Hall of Honor Saturday.
Reddies just want to put this one away. Get back to the house, relax, and get ready for next week.
Big one coming up next week. We'll have more on that in the post-game show. As Ledbetter will take the snap, pass complete to Ganaway inside the 10 to the 5. Makes a man miss. Touchdown, Henderson State. Chris Ganaway caught the pass at the 7-yard line, made a couple Rangers miss, and found Pater, and the Reddies are in the 50s.
Last time the Reddies scored 50s was last year, almost a year ago to the date, October 5th against Oklahoma Baptist. They scored 52 in that win over the Bison. So they're about to put it on number 52 on the board here.
I don't jinx it. They still got to make the extra point. McDonald's been perfect on extra points today. Snap's good, holds good. The kick is up, and it's good. 8:01 left in the ball game. Reddies cruising a victory in this one. We'll take a short break. This is the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Are you in the market for insurance? Have questions about coverage, claims, or anything in between? Contact your local State Farm agent, Heather Powell. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, Heather is there to help you. Stop by her offices in Arkadelphia or Hot Springs to chat about your insurance needs, or give her a call at 501-623-8878. Heather Powell, where good neighbor service meets great insurance. When you travel, it matters where you stay, and that's why the Reddies choose Hampton Inn, the official hotel of Reddie Athletics. Hampton will always go the extra mile to give you an exceptional stay with amenities designed for your comfort and convenience. Stay at the Hampton Inn of Arkadelphia to enjoy their free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and spacious rooms. Hampton Inn, we love having you here.
Back here ready for the Ryan McDonald kickoff. Reddies up 52-0. Said the last time that the Reddies scored over 50 in a game was almost a year ago to the date, you said.
October 4th against Oklahoma Baptist.
As this kick will die at the 1. It looked like it would have been close to staying in, but it takes a little backspin into the end zone. That would have been just perfect. But it is a touchback, and the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Reddies now with 463 yards of offense, triple of what Northwestern Oklahoma has, 152. Reddies averaging 6.8 yards per, or corrections, 6.8 yards on the rushing to 1.7 for Northwestern Oklahoma.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. When you're carrying it about 7, that's like a Harding. You know, they rush about 7 yards a play.
So they finally have the backup quarterback in for Northwestern Oklahoma. We'll get his name. I believe this is Caleb Deal. as he handed it to, believe that was 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗕𝗏𝗏. So the number 2s and number 3s in for the Rangers. They'll call today Caleb Deal, a 6'1" junior from Frisco, Texas.
Ledbetter 5 of 5 on passing for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. His QB rating's a 418.5.
Wow, that's not too bad.
Oh,
so Deal will take the snap as he's going to be met in the backfield. They handed it off to Colin Thomas, it looked like. Excuse me, no, they gave it to Merrick Judd. And it'll be second down coming up for the Rangers.
Brenton Brashfield, the 5'10" freshman from Beebe, Arkansas, made a big hit there. Not officially yards lost, but did lose a couple inches.
So unique formation, 3 at the top of your screen. Looks like there might be a screen possibly involved here. No, they're going to hand it off to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So he's close to the 45-yard line. He's brought down at the 44. Third down and 6 coming up for the Rangers here.
Yeah. They have just struggled offensively. The Reddie defense has played well today.
6:10 to go here in the ball game. Reddie's charge into victory here. Deal will take the snaps. Going to look to throw. Looking to his left. Pass complete to Beauchamp. He's brought down. He's met at the 40. He'll get down to the 42 or lose yards. And 4th and about 8 coming up for the Rangers. They'll be forced to punt.
Terrence Hampton, the defensive back sophomore from Clarendon, Arkansas, upended him. The forced 4th down. Reddie's the shutout is still intact. 5.5 minutes to go. Reddie's.
That's the thing that can give you a jolt if you're a second or third team guy for this defense. If you enter the field with a shutout, you want to try to play extra hard or play better to keep that shutout going.
Right, and here the Reddies will get the ball with about 5 minutes to play. Of course, offensively, you like to run it out.
Purvis is punts in the air. It's end over end. It's fielded and fair caught at the 21-yard line where the Reddies will start 1st and 10.
See if the Reddies just try to. We're playing. We're still staying here. So 5:11 to play. See if the Reddies just try to move the ball down the field. Nothing fancy, and try to run this clock down. Because Northwestern Oklahoma State, they got a long trip back to Alva. They're not in any. They want this over with just as fast as Henderson does.
Well, that was Talon Pascal that was in there to fair catch the kick. So 1st and 10 at the 21, about 3 minutes away from the 2-minute timeout. As Ledbetter will take the snap, he'll hand it off to Chris Ganaway. Once again, making a few men miss. Ganaway down the sideline.
By Ledbetter.
Good job by Ledbetter running down the field to make that block.
Freed him up for another 15 yards on that block by Ledbetter.
And I beg your pardon, that was Trent Haygood down the sideline for the Reddies.
How many times you see a quarterback continue with the play and make a block, freed him up for another 15, 20 yards?
Gives you a little extra juice when you see your quarterback doing that. So it'll be 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Reddies, 4:40 to go in this one. Reddies looking for more. Ledbetter will wait the snap. Haygood in the backfield as Ledbetter's going to keep it. He's going to run it back over the middle. Might have got a hand to the face.
I didn't get the call.
But he's brought down at the 21-yard line. Will be 1st and 10.
Reddies just keep on moving it down the field.
So this is Zach Baker into the game. I beg your pardon once again. Baker in at quarterback. He will hand it off to Trent Haygood. He's going to go up the middle. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 coming up. Zach Baker, a 6'1" redshirt senior from Arlington, Tennessee, behind center for the Reddies now.
Reddies over 500 yards of offense today.
3:36 to go. Time ticking away. Reddies in no hurry right here.
Of course, their season high output this year was 565 against Arkansas Monticello.
So Baker will take the snap. He'll hand off to Haygood. No, he's going to keep it. Good fake there. He even faked us up here. Baker is going to get inside the 15, down close to the first down marker. He's going to be about half a yard short. Well, they're going to give him the first down, it looks like. Referee waving him along.
So, and they can get one more first down. They can get a first down just outside the 1 if they need to.
So Zach Baker at quarterback is going to have 3 to his left, 1 isolated on the bottom over here. Baker takes the snap. He hands off to Haygood. Haygood's going to reverse field.
He's in.
He's going to go toward the end zone. Pushed in. Goes for a flip. Touchdown, Reddies. Trent Haygood, the 5'9" freshman from Camden, Arkansas, finds pay dirt, and the Reddies are up 58.
It's you like that when a bunch of new names, faces on the field, putting up statistics, really contributing. And these are a lot of freshmen guys.
Yes.
These just, that's helped build your program when the freshmen are getting to play a lot and putting up points and being positive to your team. You can rely on them if you need to.
It's been a good showing for the Reddies this afternoon on this Hall of Honor Saturday.
542 yards of offense today. Averaging 9.5 yards per play.
Extra point is up, and it's good. Make it 59 for the Reddies. 2:34 left in this one. The Reddies have the lead 59-0. We'll take a short little break. We'll have you the kickoff in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Fairway Nation mortgage loan officers are dedicated to finding great rates and loan options for their customers while offering some of the fastest turn times in the industry. Fairway strives to make team members and customers feel like a part of the family while providing exceptional customer service, speed, and support by being kind, humble, and giving 100% every day. Visit our local Fairway mortgage loan officers Chad Bradford and Marissa McKay here in Arkadelphia, or call them at 501-910-0773 to get started today.
Back here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium, Reddies up big in this one, 59-0, all over the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma.
And a lot of names, a lot of different people with statistics today.
Ryan McDonald still kicking off. Been a long day for that leg.
9 different players have rushed the football.
So McDonald's kick is away. It's going to be fielded right in front of the goal line at the 2. Coming out from in front of the shadow of his own end zone was Colin Thomas. He's brought down at the 16-yard line. The Rangers will start 1st and 10 from there with 2:27 to go in this one.
Yeah, 9 different players have carried the ball and 12 different players have caught a pass.
Spreading the sugar.
Yeah.
Sharing the wealth. We'll see what the Rangers can do here. See if the Reddies can preserve the shutout here.
Probably after this play, we'll have a 2-minute warning or the 2-minute timeout.
I believe you're correct. I got a score update for you. Arkansas on the high side, 7-0 early.
Yeah.
Scoring on the first drive.
I'm telling you, it's going to be.
It'll be a fun couple weeks, I think.
I do too.
As Caleb Deal back into the game at quarterback. He'll hand it up the middle. It'll be a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. 4 yards. And that will bring us to 2nd and 6, and they might drag this down all the way to the 2-minute timeout.
And it looks like they are. They're in no hurry.
Nobody's in any hurry. 2 minutes to go in this one from Carpenter Haygood Stadium. This is the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Just like he said. We'll be back in just a moment. More Henderson State football coming up. The exciting conclusion of this one will be here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for over 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the new Charles and Anita Cave Student Athlete Success Center and the restoration of the historic Captain Henderson House. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
When you order from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Do you need to navigate the real estate market? 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗄 has trusted real estate experts with deep market knowledge committed to exceptional service. Contact our local Arkadelphia 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗘 agent Kim Bird to begin searching for your forever home today. Call 870-293-1111 or visit her office in Arkadelphia at 203 South 26th Street, Suite A. 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗑𝗕𝗓, home is where the heart is.
Closing in on the finish of this one, 2 minutes to go. Reddie's up 59-0. As Deal will take the snap, he's going to tuck it and run. It was a design run the whole way. He's going to be wrestled out of bounds at the 23. They're going to stop the clock. So he got out of bounds in time. It'll be third down coming up.
Well, you don't want to give the ball back to Henderson State. You running the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
These guys, those guys that's, on the third and fourth team, they're going to come in there and going to try to move the football, I promise you.
Oh, 100%.
I know Coach is going to have to try to slow them down. Say, all right, come on, guys, it's 59-0. But those guys are, get the ball back and they want to score.
Well, teams still have all 3 timeouts remaining if they so choose to use them. Deal will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking to throw, and he's going to be brought down and sacked. That was A.J. Hines, the freshman from Fordyce, Arkansas, in on the sack, and a big loss on that play.
Another freshman. And these are true freshmen.
Yes.
That's what's really cool. True freshmen getting a lot of playing time today.
90 seconds left in this one. The Reddies will get the ball back with about a minute to go here.
And I wouldn't doubt, they're going to run it down to Reddies may just take a couple victory formation.
That would be my guess. Taylor Pascal back to receive. I think he's just going to catch it, go back to the sideline. Punts away from Purvis as Pascal fair catch it at the 45-yard line. And the Reddies will take over 1st and 10 from the 45 with a minute and 4 to go here.
And I wouldn't be if they just run it. Or dead down it, they'll have to actually run a play or two. And
I'd have to snap it twice.
And go to the house.
I think you're right there. And it looks like they will do just that. So Troy Mitchell, the Reddies will line up in the best formation in football right now. As they'll take a knee, they'll have to snap it one more time.
Yep, one more time.
As we're at a minute to go now.
Get it down under 40 and then take it, snap it, and call it.
Trent Haygood is back just in case, about 10 yards off the ball.
Now you can get under there and snap it, go to the knee.
So Zach Baker will line up to take the knee, and he will. And that's all she wrote from Henderson State. You couldn't ask for a better performance on a Hall of Honor weekend with a big game coming up next week, could you, Troy?
No, preserve the shutout. There's a couple little things you corrected, but you have to correct. But, the good thing is you got a lot of players in because you're going to need everybody. You're going to need everybody next week. Harding will run 8, 9, 10, 12 different running backs. You don't know who's got the ball from here to there. So they're going to have to be ready for next week.
So your final score from Carpenter Haygood Stadium at Geo Services Field, The Northwestern Oklahoma Rangers 0, your Henderson State Reddies 59. Excellent performance by the Reddies. We will take a short 2-minute break, and we'll have the post-game show for you. We'll check the stats and all the other good stuff around the GAC. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Henderson State Reddie Football on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp code, lesson 86. This is how you say, 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. And that's it for today. Bud Light. Crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Sadie, student and team leader.
And I'm Lauren, student and agriculturalist.
When we rise above alcohol and drugs, we reach for, expect, achieve, and accomplish more.
The minute we think about using alcohol or drugs, we lower our chance of living our best life. When we rise above, we respect ourselves and lead by example.
Being drug and alcohol free has always been the best way to be.
Let's do this!
Join the RAD movement
and challenge yourself to rise above alcohol and drugs.
This message brought to you by Ouachita Children, Youth, and Family Services Prevention Program.
Brookshires proudly supports the Henderson State Reddies. At Brookshires, you can save on fuel or groceries with your points, where every dollar you spend earns you 1 point. Plus, score big with meat that is cut fresh daily and enjoy lower prices on the freshest produce. In a hurry? Let us do the shopping for you with our convenient curbside online ordering and pickup. Visit Brookshires.com to place your order today. Brookshires, your ultimate tailgating destination. Go Reddies and go Brookshires.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Your final score: Reddies win this one 59-0. Troy, you got some stats for us.
Yeah, total offense: Henderson State 540 yards to 168 for the Rangers. Henderson State rushed the ball for 233 yards, threw for 314. Reddies averaged 9.2 yards per play. Northwestern Oklahoma 2.8 yards per play. They ran a total of 59 plays and pretty balanced. 29 rushing, 30 passing plays for Henderson State. We'll go to individual stats here. For Henderson State, Edwards was 15 of 25 for 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Ledbetter was 5 of 5 for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Trent Haygood, 58 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Jones had 43 yards on 6 carries. Andrew Edwards had 35 yards on 5 carries. Zach Baker, 27 yards on 2 carries. Edwards had the rushing touchdown. Receiving, Micah Green, 3 catches, 106 yards, and 2 of those were touchdowns, including a 56-yard touchdown reception. Maddox Davis, 3 for 36 yards. Chris Ganaway, 2 for 60. Trayvon Colbert, 2 for 46, but the Reddies had 12 different receivers, so a lot of players caught the football today. For Northwestern Oklahoma, they were led by Kedrick Hobbs, 11 carries for 65 yards. Jax Bernard finished 12 of 23 for 104 yards, 2 interceptions. Their top receiver was Will Wright, 5 catches for 40 yards. Kyle Purvis for Northwestern Oklahoma punted 10 times.
He got a workout today.
38.1 yard average. Axel Robertson 3 times for 51 yards. So great job by Robertson on the punting. Defensively, Collado led Henderson State with 7 tackles. Leo Morris had 5 for Northwestern Oklahoma. Rock Showmaker, 7 tackles, including a tackle and 1.5 tackles for a loss. Of course, Reddies finished this one with a 59-0 victory over Northwestern Oklahoma. They go now to 5-1, leading into that matchup with number 2 Harding.
We'll talk more about that in just a moment. In front of an announced attendance of 1,135 great fans here this afternoon at 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗕𝗏 Stadium at Geo Services Field. We'll take one more break and then preview next week's big game here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Arkansans have trusted the expert surgical teams at Baptist Health for more than a century. And through the years, we've excelled at surgery that puts the patient first. Heart surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, breast cancer surgery, and any surgical challenge you face. At Baptist Health, we put all our effort into perfecting one very particular type of surgery, yours. Learn more at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Henderson State University is known as the school with a heart. We lift each other up, encourage each other to reach our goals, and celebrate every win together. Because together, we're stronger. Together, we're unstoppable. Together, we're ready. Here, you don't just grow, you belong. Come see why Henderson is the school with a heart. Schedule a campus visit today.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Reddies win this one big, 59-0. We've looked at the stats. Now we can finally look ahead to next week. You mentioned at the top of the broadcast, didn't want to look ahead this week. You said this might have had a chance to be a trap game, maybe a little bit, but they're through this one. They passed this test. Really only one or two, turnovers, bad plays in that game, but overall a good game for Henderson State. But they have a tall task ahead as the number 2 team. You have to assume, unless something happens to Ferris State, they will stay at number 2, that the number 2 team in the country will be coming here next week to 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 Stadium.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this is the game that you want to play your best game of the year. I'm telling you, Harding has so many weapons.
They're really good.
Well, you're a private school. You've got a lot more resources than some of the public schools because of different scholarships and so forth and how things work. But I mean, they've won a national championship. They've been in the playoffs, and they're the team to beat. And they got so many weapons. The defense is going to really have to be ready. But more than important, our offensive line is going to have to give Andrew Edwards plenty of time so he can get it to the receivers. We got a pretty solid secondary. Our defensive line is going to really have to step up next week. And it was great to see so many defensive players play today and get some statistics and get some experience. Anything can happen. We saw it last year when Southern Naz upset Ouachita Baptist. Harding's not invincible, but you're going to have to play near flawless game to beat them because you got a lot of young players. I mean, you got a lot of young players out there, and this is a nice win, being 5-1, and it should be 6-0 to be honest with you. If it was 6, what a matchup it would be next week, But it's still will be a great matchup. You announced attendance next week's homecoming. You're going to see.
Big crowd here.
Probably about 4 times that amount. Harding's going to bring the fans. That sideline will be. I wouldn't doubt if there wouldn't be 1,000, 1,500 people on the far sideline coming in to watch that. And then, of course, our sideline will be full of homecoming. So it's going to be fun, exciting. The Reddies need to come out and be ready to play. I know Coach Holsworth will have them there. The thing we'll talk about next week. You want to be ready to play, but you can't be overly hyped.
Yes.
You got to stay on that even keel because you want to play that full 60 minutes, not just 5 or 10. You got to play a full 60 minutes, and we've seen that already with the Southern Arkansas game. You got to play the full 60 minutes. And if the Reddies can, stay on track, stay on page, and get that balanced offense that they need, and the defense have some big plays. Could be a fun day. I know it's going to be a fun day. Let's just hope the Reddies can come out and be ready to take on that. Oh my gosh, that triple option. It's Coach Maxfield said this a few years ago when Harding won the national championship. He said, Harding's toughest part of the schedule is playing in the GAC because we've all seen it. Those playoff teams haven't seen it. So they're hard, and so everybody knows how Harding run. And if you can learn to stop it, those other teams haven't played against that type of offense. So for Harding to run the table or something in the conference, that's why when they won a couple games in the playoffs, once they got past that quarterfinal, he said, Harding's going to win it all.
Oh, yeah.
Because when they played Colorado Mines, we knew they had no chance. And so it's going to be interesting.
Because there's not many, if any, teams in Division II that run that offense.
I mean, Henderson State, before Max Gear, used to run that Reddie Flexbone offense. And, I mean, that's why you didn't see a lot of – you saw so many quarterbacks that played for Max are in the top of all the passing records because they very seldom threw the ball before that. So it's going to be a fun game. We've got to get as many people out here to cheer on the Ready. It's an early game, 1 o'clock game, so get out here. It's homecoming. Be here, tailgate, have some fun, and let's hope the Reddies will be out ready to play and put forth that effort and come away with a victory.
Absolutely. Troy, always a pleasure. Good to have you this afternoon. Good job by the Rays today. Bring home this one 59-0. We appreciate you watching today on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. We'll have the game for you next week. Number 2, Harding Bisons will come to town. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. We'll have the pregame show for you at 12:30. As always, Troy, always a pleasure, my friend.
It's have fun being with you again.
So we'll be back here same time next week. Meet us there. On behalf of Henderson State University, that's Troy Mitchell. I'm Dylan Conley. We appreciate you tuning in, and go Reddies.